this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Time.
I got to divorce my wife and have my kids bleed out because the Giant game's on. Otherwise, I'm not a real fan.
Hahn.
What kind of fan are you?
Not a good one.
And Rosenberg.
The Peter haters who call, stupid. The Peter fans who call, very bright. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. You bet your ace is what you do.
Sure.
Right out of you. And you know what they say,
Thursday.
Donna, about a show when you say bet your ace pre-301, what that says about the kind of program that's on the way?
That means that all the chips are on the table.
It's all out there. Full frontal yet again.
So you're saying Jim Fossil, instead of saying I'm putting all my chips in the middle of the table, he should have bet, I bet my ace on this one.
Can you imagine how much impact that would have had?
They went to the Super Bowl, maybe they would have won it.
Now, Donald is in New Jersey at the Rock getting ready for some Devil action. And by the way, I have a hockey convo to have with you both in a moment.
Interesting. In a moment.
Yeah. It's important.
Okay.
And then Alan is going to be with us the whole 4 hours, but he's making sure he gets himself in physically the right form for tomorrow, the big holiday program.
Right.
Yeah, not feeling great today.
But you're doing what the pros do. You're strapping up and playing.
Yeah. It just, we're doing the best we can.
You're Justin
We want to
Herbert.
be there. We want to be there tomorrow for sure.
But you sound good though. Like during the meeting, because you had said that you felt like nasally. I think
am.
you sound
Listen,
good.
I got the box of tissues right here. You're going to hear me sneeze a few hundred times throughout the show. I'm going to turn the mic off while I can. But no, I woke up with a little something.
Well, look at you. You're fighting through.
That I don't love.
It's Herbert with the broken hand, but he's still there winning games on Monday Night Football. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I think this is worse.
You think? But I'll tell you one thing.
It's a lot harder. I got to tell you what I'm going through.
This is longer than a
like
football game.
Hand.
It's longer than a football game.
That's right.
And Herbert, it wasn't his throwing hand.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound.
I'm using. I got to breathe through this today. I got to.
Come on.
Yeah. This is.
You guys saw me yesterday. I got a Charlie horse during the show. When the hell you get a Charlie horse?
That's true. I did.
I was dehydrated yesterday, fellas.
Oh, that's what it was.
I didn't know this, and I found that's
cool,
what
man.
it is. You're dehydrating. You're getting sick. I'm on the train. I almost missed my stop yesterday
because you were that out of it.
I was sleeping. When do I sleep on a train? Yeah, almost missed the stop. So we're talking about a tragedy yesterday.
Well, listen, you're fighting through though. You're a great man. You could have been in an iron lung, but you're here with us.
Yeah. I had a buddy who used to always fall asleep on the subway, and he'd wake up with change on his lap.
Excuse me? Really? That means your friend didn't look good.
No, well.
That means he looked like Repug Don.
Well, listen, I wouldn't be where I am today without the great Tim Reed, but he
Tim Reed, we love Tim.
Yeah, it wasn't Tim Reed from WKRP in Cincinnati, but my buddy Tim.
Oh, okay.
Who got me into this business, but depending on the day, he could look a tad homeless. And if he's sleeping on the subway, well, then that's just going to add to the whole theory.
See, that's why you
he needed money.
A tad homeless. That is a movie. I'll watch that.
Name of my 14th book.
I would watch that movie.
A tad homeless. By the way, that's how I've recently felt.
By the way, the main character's name is Tad.
Yeah, Tad Homeless. That's his name.
Listen, he'll be the first to admit this. He wore clothes for comfort, not style.
Who doesn't?
And it was like a 2-year period where he was just growing his hair out and said, I'm eventually going to go to my barber. We're going to figure out what exactly we're going to do with this.
You can't do that over 2 years. Well, listen, we're all going to pull it together so tomorrow we can be with you. Now, what you're going to have to make a decision on, Alan, is something I've been through before. And Don, you may remember this because it was an interesting moment. Do you remember, Don, we had a live show in Jersey City like weeks before COVID. Do you remember? Weeks before COVID.
In Jersey
it was maybe
City?
It might have been a Buffalo Wild Wings. It was in Jersey City or Hoboken, one of the two. I confused them, let's be honest. And
I don't know how. Well, okay.
And it was maybe it was Hoboken. And we had
I remember.
And
I remember this.
I came out, and this was interesting. And I was coming down with something and hadn't felt good. And I made an announcement at the beginning. I'm like, guys, just so everybody knows, I'm not going to shake hands today. Like, we can take pictures, fist bump. I don't feel comfortable touching all of your hands. I just don't feel great.
Right, and he had the sanitizer with him when that wasn't in. Pre-COVID, it wasn't in.
And this is like a month before. And I remember it being a big deal because some people were awkward about the fact, and I came off like pompous when I'm like, no, I just don't want to touch you with my gross, sick hands.
I'm thinking about it. It probably was a Super Bowl show. It might have been a remote Friday before the Super Bowl. So this is like early February 2020.
That's what it was.
Before you finish your story, I just want everybody in the YouTube that's watching on YouTube, and we appreciate you because at home I get to see it on the big screen with the comments that slide up and down the right side.
Oh, yeah.
It's hysterical with all the different remedies I'm being offered here. This is great. But somebody said, and eat a damn pizza.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Do I look emaciated?
Yeah.
I guess they think he's very thin. No, listen, you don't know Alan Hahn. Alan Hahn only eats tuna salad and peanuts from Trader Joe's and crackers.
That's right, baby.
Right.
But anyways, so it was just funny, though, Don, because it was a big deal. And then in the end, of course, a month later, no one's shaking hands. But, Alan, you'll have to make a decision tomorrow about whether you feel comfortable about shaking hands or it's like, hey, everybody, let's just fist bump it up. You know what I mean?
I was thinking about maybe I just go COVID mask. Would that be jarring?
Oh, throwback.
Right?
Bring it back.
Why not?
Okay.
A Christmas one. I know I have one somewhere.
Yeah, bring something
all had
festive.
one.
Yeah. God, I had so many different looks.
A holiday COVID mask.
And now if I had to find one, it would
Do you remember
take
what
a
it was?
minute.
Remember the number? Remember like it had like a code? The right one, the one that was the right one?
Oh, yeah, on the mask. You mean N95?
Something like that, right?
Well, N95s were like the medical ones. Those were like the intensive. No one had them. No.
Yeah.
We just had like cloth over our face. But anyways, guys, that's not going to happen tomorrow. We're going to try our best. We're going to have a great time. We're looking forward to everyone coming out to your mother's house. And we're in the mood today because it's that type of day on a Thursday for something we like to call reindeer games. And
two reindeer games we're going to play.
Two great.
We got two today.
Yeah, how's your belly for a sleigh ride, Don? Let's play reindeer games.
That's a great. That we should call the segment. Back of your belly.
How's the back of your belly for a sleigh ride? Because we're going to have some Joe Burrow talk.
We are.
Here's Joe Burrow on why he's trying to have more fun playing.
No, it certainly doesn't change my desire to win. You know, if I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. You know, I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? So that's the mindset I'm trying to bring to the table. I'm not sure there was a singular moment or of time. It's just a reflection on a lot of things that I've done and been through in my career. I think I've been through more than most, and it's certainly not easy on the brain or the body. So just trying to have fun doing it again.
If I want to keep doing it, really caught my attention.
And then people need to know the backstory. It's not just the injuries. It's not just a lost season. For pretty much the second consecutive year, they salvaged it last year, and they were eliminated on the last day. But they were 3-8 to start the year. Cincinnati is the Tampa Bay Rays of football. All right, now they're worth billions of dollars because they're in the NFL, but they're notoriously cheap. How many holdouts have they had with their star players? They literally dress and have to cross a highway to their practice facility, which I believe is the only practice facility that doesn't have an indoor field. All right? And that's all good when you're winning and you're going to the Super Bowl and you're beating the Chiefs in Kansas City. But if you're in the midst of a possible rebuild or a year in which it's lost and you feel like you're a million miles away from the Super Bowl that you lost a couple of years ago, all of a sudden that's not a pleasant place to be. And it's not fun. And it sounds like a guy that's looking to get out.
Now, also, we spent a lot of time on this in the offseason. You guys remember Jamar Chase?
Yes.
When he was breaking down Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow? If you missed it, this is Jamar Chase talking about what you thought was his quarterback. But no, he was talking about Josh Allen.
Honestly, I feel like he has it all. The timing, the accuracy, the placement, the speed, the awareness.
He has it all.
The field recognition. I mean, what else? He audibles in the backfield.
Well, I get this idea
when you
like
turn
this,
on
you
Joe
guys
tape,
can't.
it's different from Josh Allen's tape. Completely different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. People game plan against Josh Allen, not against Joe Burrow. They play against his game weapons. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference.
No, he's talking about himself. Obviously, right.
They worry about me
and T.
They don't worry about Joe.
Now remember, this was a time for T to get paid.
Which is happening every year with somebody on their team.
Yeah,
right?
Hendrickson, right? He just went through it. But first of all, let's remember that Joe and Jamar Chase, they have history. They've been together for years. They played together in college, right? So like, there's something there that I don't want to go too crazy with that statement, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Listening to Burrow yesterday sounded like somebody. It was his birthday, by the way. It sounded like somebody that was kind of having that deep thought about my life kind of thing. He's 29, so you hit 29, anybody that might remember it, you realize, like, damn, I'm going to be out of my 20s next year. Like that, you do come to this moment of, it's like, I'm getting older.
Yeah, you can play kid into your 20s. Once there's a 3 in front.
Then that 3 changes your whole perspective on life. So I don't know if he went into it and had like this kind of moment of what am I doing and why do I want to be here? Let's not forget, too, that Carson Palmer, who once was there in his place, famously hinted to him, get out.
Yeah.
Get out of there while you can. Before I think it might have been before he signed the contract extension. And so there's enough reason for him to wonder about his future in Cincinnati. But I didn't like that he also made it sound like he was wondering about his future in football and then the connection that everybody made to Andrew Luck and how at the same age Andrew Luck walked away from the sport because it was beaten out of him. The love for it was
that's why he has to do it. Because if you do it any other way, you seem like a selfish anti-team guy. But if you make it seem like you've just lost love of the game and you might have to walk away, when people really know what you mean is you still mean there. You're just not trying to throw the organization under the bus.
But it's not a bad thing to float out there, Peter, if Cincinnati wants to be stubborn and say, no, you're not going anywhere. Oh, well, I'm not going anywhere. You know, I'm just going to retire. And it's not that unprecedented. You mentioned Andrew Luck. You mentioned Barry Sanders. And what do those players have in common? You know, playing for, especially Barry, where it's like, it's not working out here. You know, and Luck was getting beat up, and they weren't playing in any Super Bowls either. Again, Cincinnati's fine when you're winning. And I also think the timing of it, guys, came after what was a really tough loss against Buffalo, in which they were, still mathematically alive. They still are now, but certainly that took a hit with the loss. He plays his ass off. They lose the game. And now the reality is I'm going to have to play the rest of this year where I came back, where people were saying, why are you coming back? Because he wants to play. He wants to play for his team. But now, the realization is that he's probably going to play the final month of the season of meaningless football in a place that he doesn't want to be in, a place that's notoriously cheap, and floating out the idea that do I want to continue to do this?
Now, does he follow the Carson Palmer playbook, though? Because that was an ugly ending with him making the trade demand. Like, it's so funny. Is this not the Giannis situation in a way? Right? It's like, I don't want to be here anymore, but I don't want to say it.
Right.
Like, it really feels like we're right now in New York dealing with two situations that are very similar in Giannis and Joe Burrow. Right.
But you know how you make it. You know how you make it more attractive. You do it the way that Stafford did in Detroit. Now, maybe he shouldn't have said what he said today, because then it wouldn't be a conversation. But have the conversation behind closed doors. Listen, I don't want this to get ugly. But at the end of the day, send me someplace.
Well, who says that he hasn't already in the Bengals?
Well, yeah, maybe that's the reason it kindly bubbled over, because maybe it is a conversation that they've had. And maybe his motivation to come back and play was to let the rest of the NFL know, I'm healthy, I'm ready, I'm good. So if this does come to a head in the offseason, I want you to be interested in me.
And what we know about the Bengals, or anybody that, because look, we'll have fun with this and do the trade machine stuff, because it's very much still a hypothetical, right? But even Adam Schefter this morning on Get Up was saying that already today.
You want to hear it?
Oh, good. Yeah, perfect.
Here's Schefter this morning.
That's a contemplative, reflective, thoughtful Joe Burrow who still is processing where he's at this season and how he wants to proceed. The quote is, if I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing that. If you're raising that question at the end of the year, then there is a major issue going on in his mind and with that organization. And if we look at the punishment that he's taken over the years, it rivals that of just about any quarterback. He's been pummeled. I would think he probably hasn't felt supported. The offensive line has not protected him. The defense has failed him. The personnel has not been good around him. And it is within Joe Burrow's right to say and do whatever he wants. He will have a huge say in whether he wants to keep playing, whether he wants to keep playing in Cincinnati. I can tell you this, there were other teams around the league that took notice of that yesterday. So we're talking about all the sharks circling around the Michigan football players. I can tell you this, all these teams around the league are paying attention to what Joe Burrow said yesterday.
And look, the luck combination, by the way, 86 games he played till he was 29. He was sacked 174 times, which is insane. Joe Burrow has played 73 games, so 13 less. Sacked 203 times.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Good Lord.
So that's the
that's a
there.
troubling number.
But what Shefty's saying is exactly why Darren Muji, who is probably more locked and loaded than any other GM if you consider how many draft picks that he now has collected, that he's among those who must be, if he wasn't already kind of feeling, hey, let's be in position,
right?
You got to feel like now he knows who's got more than us to offer, because we know the Bengals don't want to take your big, like, you know, they're not taking Kyler Murray. They're not taking a big contract back. They're a cheap organization. When Palmer left, they had Andy Dalton in a rookie deal.
Right.
That's what they'll want. So Fernando Mendoza, come on down.
They were not going to go for what Indianapolis did with the Jets. They didn't want Sauce Gardner. They didn't want guys they're going to have to pay. They want picks.
Yep.
And if you think Muji's the guy, and we'll see, but good organizations, good general managers see what happened yesterday ahead of time. And so I think there's something going on in Cincinnati. I think there's a possibility he's going to be made available. If he is, I want to be in a position to trade for him. If he doesn't want to come here, I can't do anything about that. But what I could do is put myself in a position that if Cincinnati wants to deal, they have to deal with us, because nobody has what we have to give up. And we need a quarterback more than anybody. And that's why it's also now important, going back to the conversation we had a month ago, Alan, these games for the Jets are important. Yeah. Because if you want to convince Burrow to come here, you want to be able to convince him that they've got the coaching staff and they've got the skills that you could take advantage of, not lose out for the draft pick and go, why would I want to go to New York where they lost their last 5 games to close out the season, look like an embarrassment. I'm trying to leave an embarrassment, not join another one, where if you play hard, you win a few games, and they believe in Glenn and they believe in Muji, that you become an attractive place to say, hey, that's a step up from Cincinnati. I want to go there. I'll approve a deal. And if that happens, guys, then this reindeer game that Peter was talking about becomes a reality. Because if Burrow becomes available and he doesn't mind playing for the Jets, no one is going to be able to match what the Jets can give. No one. No one's got the kind of draft capital the Jets do. No. And Cincinnati doesn't want established players that are being paid. So you tell me another team that could put together all these picks for Burrow.
Let's go ahead, Alan.
All I was going to say was the only thing to say is that going from the Bengals to the Jets is like going from hell to more hell. And why would Joe Burrow want that?
I think that's disrespectful to hell.
Well, but you're talking like the old Jets. If it's the new Jets, if Muji and Glenn are the guys,
but how there's not going to be enough tangible proof of that in the next 4 weeks.
I don't know. Aaron Rodgers thought it was okay to come here.
Aaron Rodgers did not have a lot of options.
He didn't mind. I understand. And if Burrow's only other option might be retirement, because Cincinnati's be like, I'm not just going to send you to wherever. I want to send you someplace where we can get something back in return.
If I'm the Bengals, the only way I look at this, and by the way, I want to be clear, I believe this is reindeer games, and I like reindeer games. I think they're fun, but I don't think there's any chance he's moving. None.
I don't agree with that.
Okay, you think there's a chance?
Hey, listen, I saw Brett Favre go to the Jets.
But again,
I saw Aaron Rodgers go to the Jets.
They were both. Those are guys who are 8 years past where we are.
I
it's
get
just
it,
not
but
close.
you never say never.
No, never.
You just had a guy go public, basically telling the world, I don't want to be here anymore. He's one of the best quarterbacks in football. The Jets need a quarterback. The Jets have more draft capital than anybody in the NFL. I'm not predicting it to happen, Peter. But looking at the evidence, I don't think it's a reindeer game.
What?
No, you got to be in the game on this one.
If you're the Bengals, the only way that you can look at this is, what do we want? Like, what do we want? What's out there that we want? How many picks is it? Do we want someone this year? Do they care about getting a top 3 pick overall this year? Will that do anything? Is there someone they're dreaming about next year that really could make them think this is – you're talking about replacing a world-class quarterback. That's what people dream of in drafts. So you could get all the picks you want. Is there a way to getting someone to replace the talent of Joe Burrow? I don't know that there is.
But if Burrow goes to them and says, listen, I'm going to be 30 years old, I'm getting killed here, I'm going to retire. Unless you trade me someplace, I'm going to retire, and you're going to get nothing. And the Jets can maybe offer him all those first-round picks. You're not turning that down if you're Cincinnati.
No, or you just don't. You call his bluff.
Well,
and they say we don't think you're retiring.
But we've seen Andrew Luck, we've seen Barry Sanders, we've seen guys just walk away and we go, why the hell did you do that for? I still can't believe Andrew Luck retired. I still thought he was going to come back at some point. And at the same age, he walked away with a more functional organization that Burrow would be walking away from. I'll tell you that.
I mean, I feel like Luck's injuries were different than Burrow's. I mean, Burrow's had bad injuries, but wasn't with Luck the some of the issues they couldn't, like, it didn't seem like they could quite get a handle on things. He was always dealing with something.
Yeah, but the biggest thing that he talked about, and that's what the phrase that Burrow used, was, how much I want to do it. Like Luck said that because of the recovery, and that's what Burrow was talking about. He was using a lot of the same language that Luck was using, love of the game or losing the love of the game. That's the stuff he was talking about. The game was beaten out of Andrew Luck.
Yeah, it's not apples to apples. I'll give you that, Peter. I'm just saying that a player walking away early, he's made his money, he's played in the Super Bowl, knows he's probably never going to do that again in the current situation. It's not again, I'm not predicting it. You're definitely on the right side of 50-50. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying the odds are in its favor, but the more you talk about this, it's not just crazy. Hey, the guys in New York are just pulling a story out of thin air. Burrow didn't have to go public with this. So obviously there's a modus operandi there, why he did what he did.
Yep.
Cincinnati probably wouldn't mind getting out of his contract. Probably wouldn't mind getting a bunch of picks and starting over.
No, the first thing I think you got to know, again, this is why if you're a general manager, if you're Darren Muji, you got yourself everything you need as far as what it would cost to get a player like this. You have all the picks, right? Like, this sets you up to be in the game for something like this if it's to happen. But the first thing I need to know is, does he still want to play? Like I said, the way he sounded was alarming.
Right.
Because he didn't sound like, I'm tired of this organization, I'm not happy, I want to win. He wasn't using
Am
words
I the only
like,
one not buying it? I'm not
you
buying
really feel like this was just this was him firing the first shot?
Yeah,
is that
I do.
What you think?
Not only that,
I hate hearing an athlete talk this way. I'll tell you that.
I hear you. Not only that, guys, if they end up not blowing the lead and winning last Sunday against Buffalo, we're not even having this conversation.
Do you think so?
That's what
all
I think.
I'm saying. All right, I'll just say it. I don't want to give up 5 first-round picks for a guy that in another year says, you know what, I still don't love the game, I'm going to
retire. Well, that would certainly be something you have to do your due diligence.
That's
I said you got
you
to
do
know,
your due
right?
diligence.
Okay.
But if you find out this is a ploy for him to get out of Cincinnati and he'll be revigorated someplace else, any place else. Because the one thing, I'm not going to sit here and defend Woody Johnson. He's been awful. He's been an awful owner. But he's not cheap. All right? He spends money, just doesn't know what he's doing. But you look at that facility in Florham Park, you look at the money that he's dished out for players. I mean, he's not cheap. He's not Cincinnati. So you don't have to worry about that if he's coming here. Hey, they don't have a history. I can't do anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear, Peter, I hear you. If I had to bet right now, is it going to happen? No.
Yeah, I predict.
There's something there. There's smoke.
No, there is
smoke. At least give me there's smoke.
No, there is smoke. There is smoke.
And the Jets were in New York. The Jets have enough draft capital to make something like this happen, and Joe Burrow can control where he wants to go with a no-trade clause. Like, there's a lot of things here. If New York is a destination, the Jets have what the Bengals want if Joe wants New York, if he wants a fresh start. All I was saying is, A, I want to make sure he still wants to play, and B, does Joe Burrow really want to go from a Bengals situation to a Jets situation?
Well,
like, those are the things I think have to be. As much as we want to put a lot of enthusiasm into this, as a Jets fan, of course I would love. I was talking with Greeny about it this morning, but we both kind of said the same thing to each other. Why would he want to come here? And I hate saying it, but they're not in a place like that they would be an attractive destination, a franchise that if you're leaving a miserable place, you'd want to go to some place that you feel like they've got a history of getting it right.
And that's not exactly here. 1-800-919-3776. We will take your calls on this. And then we have a lot more to get into, including some potential reindeer games with regards to the Mets and the Padres, which will be fun as well. Oh, yeah, there's a whole lot happening here on a Thursday on DHR.
If I wanted to take a bath, I could take a beautiful shower in my house because I had an old bath renovated completely, remodeled by Bath Fitter. And they actually do this. They rip out your bath, they put it in a shower. They also, of course, have what everybody has seen before, their unique PermaFit solution. You get a watertight fit, goes right over your old bath, and it is gorgeous. It makes the whole bathroom brand new again. It is a permanent solution, by the way. This is not something that's going to bubble up in a couple of years. They're the leader in bathroom renovation for a reason, so that's why you don't go to any other imitators. This all gets done in one day. That's what you love. It's durable, easy to clean, no demolition, lower cost than a full replacement. And by the way, the most important part of it, the lifetime guarantee. So you can trust the Bath Fitter team just like we did. Start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com because there's only one Bath Fitter.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain in the letter x.com/AI.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Another gridlock alert day, and we're in bad shape out there on the roads. Grand Central westbound, heading over to the Triborough Bridge. It's a crash blocking 2 lanes right after the BQE in Queens. Been out there for over 3 hours. You're not moving much, getting past LaGuardia, making it a solid ride on the BQE eastbound. Delays there go back into Brooklyn. All of your approaches the outbound George pretty bad, aside from the Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound. First, a crash by the Sheridan involving a box truck. After that, a broken down car on top of the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. You're slammed there from White Plains Road on through. Inbound George roadwork on the upper deck, about a 10 to 15 minute ride. Outbound Lincoln already 15 to 20. Outbound Holland 20 to 30. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
On December 12th, Service Titan invites you to celebrate the Day of the Trades. A day we recognize the men and women we depend on to make our lives possible. A day we shine a spotlight on the men and women that work tirelessly to keep society functioning. A day where we look to honor those individuals we couldn't live without. On 12/12 and every day, all of us at Service Titan say thank you to the tradespeople who power the nation. Search Service Titan Power the Nation to learn more.
Clinton Yates here, and the holidays are upon us, full of gatherings, toasts, and plenty of cheer. And if you're like me, you want every moment to shine. That's why I head to Total Wine & More, where you'll find it all at the lowest prices, from rich whiskeys and smooth tequilas to festive liqueurs and elegant champagnes. And if you're not sure what to grab, their guides will help you find bottles that impress. You'll always find what you love and love what you find, only at Total Wine & More. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. B21.
Okay. Which sleigh ride song is this? Santa Claus coming to town? Where are we going?
The Ronettes. No. Just sleigh ride.
Oh, just sleigh ride. We are going on a sleigh ride. You're not feeling it? Oh,
no, I'm not ready. It's December 11th, man. It's close, man. It's 2 weeks away.
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today. I've gotten very little done shopping-wise because it's just so busy. I don't know how I would have done it internet, where you can order stuff on. If I had to go to the mall, I don't think anybody get anything.
Yeah, I feel you, dog. I got to tell you, we're gonna get Maya some Hanukkah presents for fun, little things she needs, obviously, or But man, over the last many years, where I didn't have kids, as I got older, the wintertime present thing has faded away, and I just haven't missed it at all.
I looked forward to it back, pre-kids, shopping for Nancy, go get a little trinkets here and there from friends and different people. And I like the concept. It's just I don't have the time.
I already have too much junk. I'm dumb. I'm a hoarder. I don't need more time.
I need to make that. I need to make the arrangement. I just haven't been able to broach it with Nancy.
Well,
of just having that. Listen, let's just get one each for us. Let's just focus on the kids and all that.
Well, so wait. So what do you do right now? Are you guys still getting multiple things?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait.
I don't know how you guys handle it, but I let Santa do all the buying the presents for the kids.
No. I'm talking about Nancy, and just getting the kids getting ready with the tree and the decorations.
But Alan, hold on.
If it wasn't for Santa, forget it.
No, you'd be no chance. But you're missing the headline here.
What's the headline?
Unless how many gifts are you and Nancy still doing for each other?
Multiple.
Really?
Nice.
Good for you, man. Good for you. Me and Natalie only been together 5 years, and twice this last week she's asked me, so are we doing gifts for Hanukkah and Christmas? Are we doing that? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
if you want to.
I wish it was just about the kids and just enjoying the gifts.
So why don't you do it? Why don't you just say, hey, we have enough stuff. You know what you should do, Don? Based on what you've said on the air, so I don't think I'm speaking out of school. Based on what you've spoken about on the air about the things in your house and the garage that you can't get into, you should start just digging through the garage of stuff you already have and re-gifting it to Nancy again. Bring it right back. I guarantee you there's a gift you've given her that's sitting right there untouched. Box it right up.
I think she would know.
What a gag it would be, though, if she didn't. Wouldn't it be unreal? Alan, how many gifts are you guys exchanging? Just the two of you. I don't mean the kids. Although Santa's done with some of your kids. They're adults.
Yeah.
He's moved on.
Well, no, not at all. It was because
Santa continues to go for all the adults? I thought it's the little boys and girls that Santa's worried about.
It is as long as you're living in the house.
Really? I didn't know.
The elf shows up every Thanksgiving night.
Okay.
And keeps an eye on everybody and keeps his tabs, and then he leaves and he tells Santa everything that's going on.
I understand, but in the world in which there are 40-year-old college graduates living at home,
correct?
Even Santa's like, I'm missing this house.
Enough is enough.
Although I guess
I'm just saying in the world, right?
Emma has her own apartment now. So
well, that's the thing. That's my point. Santa's not. He's not dropping off stuff at your house if she has her own apartment.
No,
it's a lot.
Marco and Jalen are still living with us at 40, and it's not basically to physically take care of two people near dead. Santa's not stopping.
Guys, do me a favor. Say hi to Callie because she's listening right now in the car with Stephanie. So
Callie, Stephanie,
good,
hey guys,
she better be good.
Well, that elf's
Santa's
been watching.
Come.
Wait, now Don, real quick. The kids are they just turned 9?
8.
They just turned 8. So you're saying 32 years from now, and how old are you, Don?
I'm 57.
I'm going to do some quick math here.
Yeah.
So if they're living in the house 32 years from now, and you're 89, although honestly, At that point, Don could be in like full Vin Scully of the Devil's mode.
No,
you know what I mean?
It could, but what I said is if they're still
Legendary.
living at home and it's for any other reason but taking care of them.
Right, then that's a problem.
If I'm still taking care of them. If it's like, Ma, meatloaf.
Yeah, no, you don't want a mom meatloaf situation. All right, so real quick, we're going to get to these calls.
Yes.
But Natalie and I decided we are going to go on a little trip, and we're not going to fly anywhere. It's too much. The baby's at the age right now where that just seems more challenging than we need. So we're going to go on a little driving trip.
Okay.
We're going to go to Vermont.
Oh, my.
We're going to stay in like a little resorty type place in Vermont that looks nice, and we're going to pick some other random places to stop because the place in Vermont's like 6 hours away.
Yep.
And then by the time we're in Vermont, we said, well, how far are we from Montreal?
Right there.
Not far.
Not far.
Not far at all.
So we're going to Montreal for a few days. So you know what I did, Don?
Is that Lake Champlain? Isn't that the divide right there?
Yeah, so maybe we'll swim across. I don't know. So I went on the old interweb to see what's going on at the Bell Center when I'm there.
Okay.
And on the Saturday night that we're going to be there, Sid Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and the Penguins are in town.
It's too perfect.
Are you kidding me?
I do not, because there was a time you took my advice when the Caps were
did it.
And you loved it.
Oh, it was
you even
great.
brought something back for the kids if I recall.
I believe. Yeah, that sounds lovely. I did do that.
It was like a little like foam finger or something.
Oh, what a
It
great
was
guy I
something.
am.
Yeah,
But as you mentioned there, by how long ago it was, and mentioning that it was the Capitals, it implies that this was a different version of my life.
Yeah.
So I need to do this again.
Yeah, I'm saying every version needs this.
Exactly. So I told Natalie, I said, listen, we need to do this. Trust me, this is a good time. We're going to bring Maya, put the little headphones on her ears. She's of the age she can handle it, right, with the headphones on?
Yeah.
We'll put the headphones on her, and we're going to go to the Bell Center. I'm going to tell you right now, tickets not exactly cheap for a Canadian vehicle.
Go for a nice dinner at Da Vinci's before. I'm telling you, it would be great.
So I thought you'd be excited about that. And by the way, if you have any good friends, anybody at the Montreal Canadiens, go ahead and let me know. 1-800-919-3776. Let's let our friend Gilbert in the truck start things off about the Jets. What do you got, Gilbert?
What's up, my guys?
Gilbert.
Yeah, what's up, my guys? Yeah, Donnie. How's it going?
Good. What's up, baby?
I'm good. Listen, two things. I don't understand why people are getting bent out of shape. The Jets are in the perfect position. Hahn, I apologize for not saying hello. You're my homie. I love your interviews with the Knicks. Speedy, you're my homie as well. You know that. Keep up the good work. You're keeping everything fluid, just like Stephen A. B. saying, fluid.
Thank you.
What I don't understand is this. You got, 6 number 1 draft picks? You got a couple of number 2s, and God knows what else. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, Woody is not a football man, but he's a money man. So if he gets traded Burrow gets traded to New York, I'm pretty sure Woody would go, how about if I stack up maybe another $50 million on there? Would you know what I'm saying, make you happy? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm pretty sure having a star like that on Broadway, he can make more money here on Broadway than he can make in Cincinnati.
Broadway
at
Joe
any
Revisited.
Yeah, listen, you're
Thank you. There you go, honey. I'll leave you with that, man. Take it along, Petey. Love you guys.
All right, thank you.
Don,
all right.
Love you, Don.
All right.
Don is calling you.
Nothing but love for you, baby.
There you go. Thank you, Gilbert. Listen, it's a good point that even though the shortcomings of the Jets are plentiful, a quarterback who plays like Joe Burrow, who looks like Joe Burrow, handsome kid, cool, Joe Cool. He's got the brand. He'd make a ton of money. He'd be very popular. That part is not what concerns me. Yes, I don't think Joe Burrow dreams about being a New York Jet at night, but I could certainly see you convincing him why it could work. To me, this whole thing is about the Bengals. It's just about, can you possibly get what the player is worth, or would you rather deal with the malcontent who's that talented because you just don't feel like sending him off to get a bunch of picks that are not going to amount to something as close? Because we all know, guys, the only thing that allows you to have a team in this league is having the quarterback.
Now, All right, so if he goes into the office and it's like, I want to get the heck out of here. Get me out of here. I demand a trade. Then maybe it just becomes hostile and you're like, no, why should I do him any favors? But what if he just came to you, hat in hand, and said, listen, I just need a change. It's not working here for me. I'm really contemplating retirement. Because isn't that what Stafford did? Hey, listen, I gave you all that I could. It's not working here. Let's make a deal. And it worked out. Like, if he handles it well, if indeed that's what he wants to do, you think they're just going to, no, you're staying. You're playing with us. Why would I want somebody to play for me that doesn't want to be there? As good as he is, Peter, is that worth it? Forcing him to play? Or do you say, you know what, we can reset here?
Donnie, there's history there because of Carson Palmer, right? So it all starts with the fact that there is history there. There's a precedent. But I'm not looking at it from that perspective. Joe said what he said yesterday, and it turned into something that is everywhere. This is not us coming up with some crazy story to talk about to start the show. This was all over the place this morning, everywhere. Okay, so they talked about it on the ESPN shows, on other networks. This has been talked about. What I'm talking about from a New York perspective is, because if the Jets didn't have draft picks, they're not going to get involved. Because why would the Jets be a destination over anyone else? What do they have to offer? But they have a boatload of picks that your new GM was able to come up with at the trade deadline. And we all said, wow, what a big win. Look at all these picks. Then you and what did I tell you at the time? Those picks aren't worth anything until you use them.
Right. And who did we use as an example, Alan? As a possible get?
I said Joe Burrow.
Right.
Because the whole league knows he's not happy there to begin with.
But I'm saying is at that time when you threw that name out, that was a reindeer game. And now all of a sudden that reindeer game, just drops something very interesting that makes it like less of a reindeer game.
Right. And what I'm saying is from a New York perspective, there's almost like you must, if you're Darren Muji, do all the work you can, which I imagine he already is. You have to do everything you can to find out, is this guy going to be available? There's back channel ways to find out. There's agents to talk to. There's ways to know and start the conversation and then make the Bengals know, listen, this is burning a hole in my pocket. I got all these picks and they're burning a hole. I'm Les Snead. F them picks. I need a quarterback. That's where you are right now. And that's what we're saying. What we're saying is that organization doesn't get a lot of things right. But you got to be in on everything. You got to be the one team that is all in if this is going to be a thing. But you can't do it after he says, I want to be traded. You got to be already ahead of the game. And that's that's to me what we're doing. You apply the pressure now on the Jets to make sure that you guys do whatever it takes. Because if he ends up traded somewhere else, that's devastating for the Jets. Devastating.
Let's go to Ira. Who better to talk to? Ira on Staten Island. What's up, Ira?
Hey, gentlemen. How are you? Happy holidays, you guys. You guys have been in this business too long. You know the way it is. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And, that previous caller, Joe Cool in New York, it makes all the sense in the world. The only problem that I have with this, and I would welcome with open arms, is that everything that they've done, supposedly building a foundation, and it seems like there's some cracks right now, and hopefully they're going to get them fixed. It's just now they're going to pivot and bring in a guy like Burrow. I mean, Rodgers is what he is. He's shot. But is Burrow's ego going to be too much for Aaron Glenn to handle also? That's the question that I have to be concerned about. And for Woody Johnson, okay, I've spoken to so many season ticket holders, and at the stadium, people I know, 90% of the people, okay, 25, 35, 40-year season ticket holders, they're giving up their tickets. So if Burrow is a realistic thing, whether Moogie or Glenn, even if they don't want to go in that direction, Woody's going to have to step in and force it because he's not going to sell tickets.
No, Ira's right, though. Ira's right. The business is struggling right now. And Woody Johnson, nobody's more sensitive to criticism and losing money and losing the business, losing fans than Woody Johnson. He pays attention to all this stuff. Don't pretend like he doesn't. Why do you think they paired up the former coach with a talk radio guy? Why do you think they do this stuff? Because they're aware of all of it. And if this is now something that's out there, and I promise you the tabloids are going to have all this stuff tomorrow too. 100%. Tabloid's going to have all this. There's a reason for it. He's going to pay attention to all of it, and he's going to make sure that his guys are on this story. They have to be.
But the one thing I disagree with Ira, he's saying pivot. You've been saying it all along, Alan. Getting those picks
was all about
not necessarily getting a quarterback in the draft. It was if a quarterback shake loose, I want to be able to jump him. I'm not saying this was the sole plan, but I believe Muji just said, I think Burrow's unhappy in Cincinnati.
Or others.
We probably have no chance of getting him, but all I know is that if he shakes loose in Cincinnati, I don't want to be. It's because I don't have enough to get him.
Otherwise, what are we doing, right?
Right.
Otherwise, what are we doing,
there's no
Don?
pivot, Ira. There's no, I'll collect a bunch of draft picks so we can, trade up for Mendoza or hope that, next year Arch Manning comes out. No, I think the plan was let's get some picks because we might trade for a vet.
Trade up for Mendoza. Can you imagine?
Stop it.
As Field Yates has that. Imagine a trade between the Jets and the Giants where the Jets offer multiple firsts to move up to take the Giants pick so they could take Fernando Mendoza. Imagine that world. That's a Field Yates wrote it. It's very interesting to say. That's like a proposal he came up with, but
no,
what we're saying about Joe Burrow, the chances of that happening are single digits. The chances of a Jets-Giants trade-up situation are even lower than that.
Dude, if you want typical Jets, that's typical Jets.
Yes.
You trade up for Mendoza, he becomes Ryan Leaf.
True.
And you single-handedly rebuilt the Giants with all those picks that play in your stadium. That's typical Jets.
1-800-919-3776. More on this next. We'll get to the Mets next hour as well. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, we're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bath Fitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Plus, a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments, or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 due at signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
The holidays are rolling in, and if men in your life are struggling with their holiday wish list, tell them to add Manscaped to make gift-giving easy, fun, and completely stress-free this year. From the beard hedger to the lawnmower trimmer, Manscaped's precision tools keep you looking sharp, feeling confident, and ready for every event and celebration all season long. These aren't just stocking stuffers, they're upgrades for your daily routine. And right now at Target, you can save 20% on the Lawnmower 4 and 3 kits, Handyman, and the beard hedger. Hurry up, supplies won't last long.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas. Getting more as a My Lowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Caffeine doesn't have to be bitter or boring anymore. 5-Hour Energy shots are bringing the flavor and the energy. One of my personal favorites, Strawberry Banana. It's giving smoothie vibes in a compact caffeinated shot. Whether you like your energy sour, fruity, or tropical, with 17 flavors, there's something for you. And yeah, it's got as much caffeine as a 12-ounce coffee, but zero sugar and no crash. Big flavor, tiny bottle, tasty caffeine done right. You can grab yours in store or hit up 5hourenergy.com or order on Amazon today.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery rankings.
I gotta say, I when I'm home, I get to see the chat going on YouTube.
Sure you do.
It's like the same, like 5 people, really, but like they
God
really
bless.
very active, which is great. We love that because it's all reaction, interaction, and stuff. And we got a lot of Billy Big Balls out there too, by the way. Don't think I don't see it. But the one thing that Anthony, everybody wants to produce the show because they feel like this is a waste of time topic. So it's all Pusic's fault.
I agree. That it's all my fault. Not that it's a waste of time topic.
It is not your
suck,
fault.
Pusick.
But
Thank you, Peter.
It's funny to me though that there really is a lot of pushback about the topic. So I actually encourage people to, instead of being keyboard warriors, 800-919-3776.
Or show us something.
And I think Peter's kind of in that same camp. You know, he called it a reindeer
Damn
game.
right.
Yeah, but we said that from the start that we know this
just
is
on the surface. When you say, "Oh, you just making up a story because it's a slow day."
Not really.
That's right. Okay, all that could be true. Listen, it's not the first time that you've had to kind of create something. But what do we create? One of the biggest names in the sport just expressed his dissatisfaction where he's at in his NFL career. It's a name that we've brought up on this show before.
We have.
About the possibility of it becoming available, and that's becoming even more clear that he might become available after what he said today. And the Jets are in a better position than any other team in the NFL to trade for him. Now, you might believe it's not going to happen because he might not want to go to the Jets, or maybe this is just a ploy to try to get Cincinnati to start spending more money and to care more about winning or whatever. But you can't say there isn't something there.
Mm-hmm.
There's something there. And the Jets are a big enough franchise, and football is a big enough sport where it's worth the conversation. I'm sorry, it is.
I agree with you. I'm enjoying the conversation. And by the way, if you missed it, let's play it one more time. Here's Joe Burrow.
No, it certainly doesn't change my desire to win. You know, if I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. You know, I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? So that's the mindset I'm trying to bring to the table. I'm not sure there was a singular moment or of time. It's just a reflection on a lot of things that I've done and been through in my career. I think I've been through more than most, and it's certainly not easy on the brain or the body. So just trying to have fun doing it again.
And the other thing too, because Alan, you brought up Muji doing his due diligence and trying to get through back channels to find out if Joe would come here.
That there's something real, right?
I'll take it a step further from their side. I'm sure Joe ran it by his agent. Listen, I'm thinking about bringing this up. And his agent's going to go, okay, what's your end game? Well, maybe if I bring this up, it'll get some conversation about an exit strategy. And then his agent's going to go, well, you do realize that the team that's going to be in the best position to trade for you is the New York Jets, because they just picked up a bunch of first-round picks. You know Cincinnati's not going to want any roster players, guys that are already under contract. So there's a chance you can get traded to the Jets. And if that conversation was had, he still went out and said it.
Yep.
The end of it is very key, though. That he said he just wants it to be fun again.
Mm-hmm.
What can Cincinnati do to make it fun?
But I just know in terms of is he maybe
trade
nothing.
his ass? That's how you make it fun.
But
Get me the hell out of here.
But in terms of is he really serious about not playing? I think that shows no, that's not a thing. That's gamesmanship. There's no part of him that's actually considering not playing.
But he has just told you. But he has just said to you in public that the game's not fun for him anymore. So if he is forced to stay in Cincinnati, he's told the fan base, he's told his teammates, I'm not having fun here anymore. Is that good for everyone? So what do the Bengals do holding on to a guy that is admitted to the world it's not fun playing in Cincinnati, it's not fun playing for this team? All right, so you win the whole, I didn't cave, I kept him, but what did you keep? A guy that doesn't want to be there?
Peter, grab Chauncey, because he's actually watching on YouTube, and he said he called in and he wants to chime in. So let's
here we go.
Let's take care of our people.
Chauncey in Westwood, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? So the Jets probably could give Cincinnati the best haul, but as far as Burrow, if it's his decision, if he's a guy who gets hurt a lot, if he wants to play at MetLife 8 times a year, I don't know if he'd be interested in that. But what I take from that soundbite that possibly leads me to think that he leading to an early retirement. You know, after all these games that the defense blows for him, he doesn't say anything of this sort. But after the game where he essentially spotted Buffalo 14 points in the fourth quarter, you know, now he's saying it after the game's on him. So why do you think that is?
You know, it's Chauncey, and that's why I just keep going back to that part. Is I need to know that this is not as much about his situation in Cincinnati and more about his just situation, and whether or not it is it is more Andrew Luck than it is Carson Palmer. That to me is the greatest question here, which is why, again, putting energy behind this story, guys, is not to alert the Jets. They're well aware of this. It's just to everybody's aware. Like if this is more Carson Palmer, you Jets better get on this thing. But if it's not, you better know that too. That's kind of what I'm saying. Why I feel like this is a page one, back page story. This is a real thing, and the Jets in the position they're in. Not if the Jets didn't have the extra draft picks, this is not a conversation because they don't have anything to offer.
By the way,
because they do is what makes this a story. I think I'm trying to make that point over and over again.
Is there a conversation also to be had? Maybe next hour we can get into it. We're going to talk to Mike Tannenbaum in just a second. Is there something to be discussed about too about like the quarterback privilege that exists and like the way that we talk about them being this way? It's because there's an argument to be made. We can talk about the sacks that he's taken, and I get that. But there is a diva-ishness to this whole thing of like this team, when he stays healthy, has been pretty competitive. I mean, it's not like even last year they fought till the end. They were 9-8. He's led the league in yardage, threw for 5,000 yards. They went to a Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Like, I understand he gets sacked too much, and that's something that they need to prioritize. Obviously, for him, the money focus was wide receivers and having a pair of the best in the league, and that's where they spent their money. But I don't know. We can talk about it more. It's a little diva-ish, though, to act like it's been so miserable in Cincinnati. And it's a little bit unfair, frankly, relative to what they've done when he's been available. We'll talk to Mike Tannenbaum next, get his thoughts. We'll talk to Damien Woody in just a bit. We have That Guy Thursday. We have ENN. It's all happening. DHR on a Thursday.
When you're streaming Stranger Things on Netflix...
Hurry!
Okay, wait! Shh!
don't take slow for an answer. Switch to Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. And this holiday season, get Netflix and so much more on us. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today.
Whoa, did you see that?
Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Netflix subscription required. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Some stages celebrate. This one tests everything. Every drive, every approach, every putt. Pressure builds. Resilience matters. And history waits for the bold. In June, the 2026 U.S. Open Championship returns to the Hamptons at the iconic Shinnecock Hills Golf Club. Experience the world's best golfers competing on one of the sport's most storied stages. Don't just watch greatness, experience it live at the 126th U.S. Open. Daily tickets are available now on SeatGeek.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain in the letter x.com/AI.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
All right, game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. The Devils, or as they're known on the papers we have here, Donnie's Devils, face the Lightning in Jersey at 7. Islanders and the Ducks at 7, like you dream about. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. And with that, we bring in our friend, the great Mike Tannenbaum. It always feels right to talk to Tannenbaum during the holiday season. You know what I mean? Happy holidays, my friend.
You too, my friend. Thanks for having me on. Hope you guys are doing great.
We are. We're having fun here with the Joe Burrow games. Now, you have Alan and Don who are from a standpoint of this should be taken somewhat seriously. Number one, that he could leave the Bengals, and number two, that maybe there's a world in which he could end up a Jet. I am more of the standpoint that it's all going to be lots of chatter and he will be a Bengal next year. Where do you fall in all of this, Mike?
Well, I think, given the Jet situation, guys, I think the verb here you got to use is scour. And what I mean by that, you have to look at any possibility. If we were sitting here 4 or 5 years ago, Matt Stafford's going to retire a Lion. Jared Goff got to a Super Bowl with the Rams. He's not going anywhere. And you just never know. When we got Brett Favre from retirement where he was going to be with the Packers or he was really forcing their hand, everyone said, well, he'll be a Buccaneer. And obviously, we know how that worked out. So I think you absolutely have to pursue it. Joe Burrow, to me, is a absolute no-brainer, Hall of Famer, and I would do everything I could to try to get him.
And if you know the landscape of picks, and Cincinnati doesn't have an appetite, I wouldn't think, to add salary, bring in guys that are established. Does anybody else come close to being able to offer what the Jets can offer if Burrow is on the open market?
Yeah, I think it would have to be someone that had like a good young quarterback that maybe they liked but didn't love. I'm making this up, like Jaden Daniels, although they love him. Like it would have to be something where, hey, you're going to have to give us a good young player, quarterback, and multiple picks. So, like, I'm again making this up, but if Atlanta felt like, hey, we could win with Kirk Cousins, if Penix was healthy, that certainly could have been something like that. But I just can't imagine that unless they felt like they had a path to Fernando Mendoza, that Cincinnati is going to make this trade with any team without a clear path to his replacement.
Mike, this is basically like the not only information gathering, right? But if you're you know what, I won't even put words in your mouth. You're in Darren Muji's seat. What are you doing right now?
I think again you got to consider everything out. Draft Mendoza. Obviously, does Dante Moore come out? What's our view of Ty Simpson? Then, hey, who's going to be available? Is Kirk Cousins going to be available? What does Malik Collins look like on a one-year deal? I think you just got to look at absolutely everything. Clearly, last few weeks have been better despite last week, and they have such firepower between next year again 2 1s, 2 2s, the year after 3 1s. I think within reason, to me, it has to be either the Giants or Tennessee having the first pick for you to go up and pay the bill for Mendoza, because outside that, if it's the Saints, certainly, the Browns, there are going to be other teams up there that could be looking for a quarterback.
All right. Now, you obviously don't want to get caught for tampering because you're talking about a quarterback that's under contract in Cincinnati. So how does a general manager go about legally to find out if Burrow were to become available that he'd have interest in playing for the Jets?
Yeah, you just call him up at the end of the season and say, hey, is there any way you would conceivably consider, making a trade? And to be candid, it's not that. It's like, hey, what's the bill? We'll pay it. It's not really much of a negotiation. And I think you'll quickly find out the answer. Now, that's sort of like step one. Step two would be, Joe Burrow says in June, I'm going to retire because I'm not playing in Cincinnati anymore. And that was Carson Palmer. And as you may remember, that took a year to get resolved. And, maybe you're talking to them again in March of 2027 because, a team's going to have to be convinced that you're really never playing again. And that usually takes a year. So there's, to me, 2 windows. One is in March. I think the answer is probably likely no. And then it would probably be if he literally sat out a year, that would be the only way I would think Cincinnati would change their mind.
How do you find out from Burrow's camp that he would want to play for the Jets?
Well, once you find out that he's available, then, you put a full court press on and just, talk about your 2 great young offensive tackles playing in New York is, unlike any place else, and away you go. And that's really what we did with Favre is, once we got the green light from the Packers, we put together a very detailed and specific game plan to, make our situation more appealing than to go to the Buccaneers where he had known John Gruden. So I'm very confident they could get that part done if they get anywhere close to a deal with the Bengals.
I'm glad you brought up that situation, which is what makes you such a valuable guest. You really, Mike, you're a valuable guest all the time, but because you have specific experience in this, because, and I think you know this without feeling like it's a complete disrespect, Brett Favre at that moment must have been like, why would I go play for the Jets? Why the Jets, right? The Jets do have sort of that aura about them, if I can't come up with a better word. But for Burrow, that's what for Muji, that's what you're supposed to do. What you did, sell the franchise. Make sure, if he has any doubt, let's take that doubt out of the way. Let's show him exactly what we can do for him, not just what he can do for us. And you have, in this rare occasion, the capacity, meaning the draft capital, which is the most valuable currency there is in sports, to acquire this player. So it really is, to me, it does feel like right at this moment, I'm glad you're saying what you're saying because there are a lot of people that feel like this is a moot point and a waste of time conversation. I don't think it is. Until you're told no, I think you should be in hot pursuit as best as you can.
Alan, 100%. Like, that's candidly part of, like, the job description. I'm sure they'll do it at the appropriate time. But, because, again, you got to put yourself in the other party's shoes. Like, if Cincinnati really thinks that, hey, based on what Joe Burrow said, based on his body language, look, durability is a fair question at this point. We got to consider alternatives. If we could get, I'm making this up, 3 or 4 number 1 picks, get Fernando Mendoza, who's a good young player, and save ourselves a lot of money on a player that's only going to get older, and there'll be more of a question about his durability. Is that in our best interest? And maybe we get 3 ones and Armand Membo, whatever it may be.
Right.
And to me, what I'm selling Joe Burrow on is, like, come here, get us over the hump, get us back to the playoffs, and you win a championship in New York. That'll pay for itself for the rest of your life. Go ask Phil Simms. Go ask Eli Manning. Go ask Lawrence Taylor. Like, you will be an all-time great. And you can get us there given how great you are. And if you win in New York, it's unlike anything else.
Mm-hmm. Mike, with what you know, do you think him retiring's on the table?
Coach Parcells, Don, had an expression. He's like, every quarterback is put on this planet with only a certain number of hits. Now, apparently, Phillip Rivers may have been blessed twice. Who knows about his situation? But most human beings, they only have a certain number of hits in their body. And you got to understand, some of these players have made now upwards of, $200 million. And at some point, if you've made hundreds of millions of dollars and you don't feel within reason you're going to, play 17 games in a safe and healthy way, yeah, I think human nature actually does kick in. I don't think Andrew Luck, guys, is going to be the norm, but I don't think he's going to be aberrational either. And I got to be honest, before he said anything publicly, after his last injury, I'm thinking, at some point, I think he's his own guy. And it's, you talk to players, unfortunately, when they get hurt, there's a mental aspect to, just being like, here we go again, living in the training room. So I don't think it's likely, but if we woke up, guys, in March and he said, hey, it's over, I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be stunned.
Do you sense that this is where Burrow was several weeks ago when he was working hard to come back and finish this season, or did this possibly ramp up? I just can't help but think, Mike, that maybe there's a certain level of frustration literally just from blowing a lead and losing a tough one on Sunday to Buffalo.
Yeah, Peter, that's a fair point. He definitely came back and said all the right things, but I just think more fundamentally, look, we're not talking about the Eagles, but to me, the Eagles had an A offensive line, and that was the backbone of why they were successful over the last couple of years. And I'm sure in the back of his mind, he's saying, gosh, if I had 5 great offensive linemen, how good could we be relative to me being able to get the ball downfield consistently and not getting hit as much? That sounds like fun. That sounds like being healthier, and that seems like that's what I want to be in. And I just think the way this guy is constituted and wired, that's the conversation I could see him having, hey, what's your plan for the offseason? And if he doesn't like it, again, I don't think he's going to walk away, but I think that's sort of what he's alluding to.
All right, Mike, so let's go beyond Joe Burrow, because I'm of the belief that you collected these first-round picks to get a quarterback, but not necessarily with the first pick in the draft or maybe even the third pick in the draft. I for some reason, I feel like you collect these picks because when you look at the landscape of the NFL, you do see some quarterback situations that could be in flux, players that could be moved, and teams that might want to get out of contracts, whatever it is. Is there a list that you have at the top of your head of quarterbacks to watch that rather than draft for one, you can acquire one with these assets?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 2-step process because I think you do need to do that. I think you got to be realistic. I think Kirk Cousins is a player you have to look at. Not ideal, but he's somebody. After that, there's probably a lot more question marks because, you got to look into Kyler Murray, for example, but, he's been hurt. And you got to see, is he willing to, renegotiate his contract? But obviously he has great upside. I think you really need to do both. I think you need to acquire a veteran that you have a chance to win with and draft somebody. And until you have a quarterback, and candidly, maybe even, keep 3 because you're looking at what happened with the Colts, for all the things that you could question about the Giants, Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart, I thought made sense. So if I'm the Jets, I'm looking at all avenues and probably, pursuing more than one.
And, Mike, how important are these last few games for the Jets? Or do you think the NFL is sold that Aaron Glenn could be the answer at coach?
Well, look, I think if we look back in 2 or 3 years, guys, I really don't think if the Jets win 3 games, 6 games, 4 games, I don't think that really matters. I think what matters is, are the New York Jets on December 12th, could they beat the Jets on September 1st? And I don't think there's any question. The answer is yes. Now, has it been straight? No. Has it been bumpy? Yes. But that's what happens with a first-time head coach. So I think the trajectory is the right one. No one will be harder on the performance of this team this year than Aaron Glenn, knowing Aaron the way I do. And I think they'll use this as a foundational year to get better. But without question, the quarterback position has to be addressed. And again, given it's a 17-game season, given the way these guys are getting hurt, look, even if we were at the Commanders, I think we'd have to be talking about another quarterback, to bolster somebody like, Jaden Daniels, just given, his situation. So, I think there are reasons to be encouraged and a lot more work to be done.
Interesting. I don't like hearing you saying that, Mike, about the Commanders.
Well, I mean, how do you feel? Do you think you could go 17 games year in and year out? I think Jaden Daniels is dynamic, but we got to go by what we see here, Peter. Aren't you a little concerned?
Of course, I'm very concerned, and I don't think he should play anymore this year. I've seen enough. I guess I would feel, though, I still wouldn't want them to use picks or make major moves to get a quarterback. I think they're a team that needs to have a solid backup like they have with Mariota. I don't know that I would want them to do much more than that. Because what you're suggesting would mean essentially is that it's not working out. If the guy's going to be able to play and mostly okay, then I think you just have a solid backup. Otherwise, I don't know if it worked out.
Yeah, I love him. There's no question he should be the guy. All my point is, if you could add another good young player, again, maybe you have 3 of them, much the way the Giants did. I think that's really important in this day and age, just given the way he's built. If we were running the Commanders, I think we would be kidding ourselves to sit here saying, hey, Daniels is great. He'll play 17 games a year for the next 5 years. So that's why, at some point, Mariota is going to have to graduate, and let's develop the guy behind him. So, there's some real continuity there. And I think that's what, the best teams do. They have continuity and a long-term plan there.
But the thing and I know it bothered Peter, I don't like the way that team responded as a whole to the injury. I mean, Mariota's not nothing. And there were times that defense looked like they just gave up after he got hurt.
Yeah, that's funny about our sport, though, Don. They lose back-to-back overtime games, and if that ball's not tipped, we'd be talking about a great win against the Denver Broncos. And yes, they've had other injuries and they haven't played as well as they did a year ago, but the margins between winning and losing are pretty small. And if they split those overtime games, look, they're not going to the playoffs, but I think the vibe around that team would be different.
Mike, I'm obligated to ask you this question about Shedeur Sanders. If you're a general manager in the NFL, are you watching him to finish out this season and wondering if the Browns really aren't that interested in having him? Would you consider a 6th round or 7th round, something, and bring him into your organization because there's something there and you want to see more?
Yeah, I mean, I screamed it from the rooftops from, ESPN. I think he has ability. I really do. And if they draft, Dante Moore with the 3rd pick and he's available for a 6th-round pick, how can you not take a look at him? The hard part about this conversation, guys, is Dylan Gabriel had a great career in college, but there's not one thing you would say we're going to build around him in the NFL. He's short and slow by NFL standards. Shedeur is built the right way relative to his size and arm strength. So he has things you can't coach. And whether or not you could get him quicker, more polished, there's something to work with there. To me, unlike Dylan Gabriel, whose ceiling, if everything works out great, is maybe like a 3-game starter, because, again, his balls are going to get batted and things like that. So, again, if I'm the Browns, I don't know what I have in Deshaun Watson. I don't know what I have in Dylan Gabriel. At least with Shedeur, he's young and he's talented, and I want to add to that group. So I would be surprised, based on his improvement, why they'd move on from him.
Mike, help me out. You could do a 30 for 30 on why he fell to the 5th round. But at least I can come up with theories. The one thing I think is way more interesting is why Cleveland took him.
Yeah, well, when you talk to them, I think they felt like at the part of the draft where we're going to be, and again, these are just all data points, 40% chance or less that the player makes the team. If it works out, you're talking about a core special teams player. And here's a guy that was unbelievably productive at the quarterback position, a position we don't necessarily have, and we're in the 5th round. So the upside, if we hit, is compelling. And if we're wrong, we've, in all likelihood, Don missed out on a backup linebacker. So there's really no downside to it. So I think that was their analysis.
But listen, you've grown as a personality being on television. But even when I worked with you and you filled in, back in the day for Terry Bradway, you could have feigned some excitement when you drafted him. It looked like a hostage video when they drafted him. Like, could they at least have smiled? Like, it really just feels like it was so forced. You got to have some performance in you, don't you?
Don, are you calling me a full-fledged thespian? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yes.
You're a raging thespian.
Quite a moment.
I think you're a guy that kind of, when the camera's on you is what I'm saying. Tell me that did not look like a hostage video when they selected him in the draft.
Yeah, look, I could just tell you this. Like, I've been known to, partake in some, calories over a 3-day draft. And, like, at some point you just get so worn down and you're tired and, who knows if they had just been eaten. Like you're just there and it's just like, yes, it's a fair point, but I have been there, and by that point in the draft, you are so worn down that smiling for the cameras is not exactly, at the top of the hit list.
It just looks so hot. The whole they're going to do it. They're definitely doing a 30 for 30 on this. I mean, consider who he is. I've never seen that. I've never ever seen
I think
that.
this should be a 30-third team production. That's what I think.
Oh, how about that?
Now you're talking.
There you go.
All right.
Mike, thank you so much for the time,
Good
buddy.
job there, Alan.
Anytime you want to call me a thespian, I'm available. So
yes.
I appreciate it, guys.
He has such unique insights because he comes from a place where he thinks still like as a general manager. And listen, he did not squelch it, guys.
No squelch.
There could again. I'm not raising the odds on it. You can't say it's 0. That's all.
Well, here's the thing. He didn't tell us that he would bet that it's going to happen, but he implied that if he was going to, he'd probably do it at FanDuel. But the problem is, I'm here to talk about Amazon.
Well, if you wanted to deliver Joe Burrow,
right?
So, guys,
the package that the Jets would have to send could be sent.
That's the thing. And the thing is, if you were going to pick up Joe Burrow, where would you pick him up? Well, I'll tell you what. During the holiday rush, the easiest way to do it, if you were to order Joe Burrow, would be at a secure Amazon pickup location. All right, that's what works so well for you because you can pick the spot right there. It's a great way to keep your gifts a secret, too. Like, Don's still trying to figure out what's going on between him and Nancy. Well, when Don's running around between the Prudential Center and home and travel and all that, Amazon lockers and counters are located near him. So no matter where he's at, Amazon Pickup gives you the flexibility to grab gifts and packages on your schedule. Whether a quick lunchtime break, during my commute, while the baby's sleeping, whatever it is, I have a chance. Simple. You order online and at checkout. You just choose the pickup location that's most convenient. You get an email confirmation when it's ready with instructions to pick it up. It's quick, secure. It's always at no extra cost. Check it out for yourself. Go to Amazon.com/pickupmvp to learn more. That's Amazon.com/pickupmvp. But he is very good, that Mike T.
Yeah, he's outstanding.
I still didn't love what he said about the Commanders, but I hear what he's saying.
Well, was he wrong?
I don't think, guys, that you would, like, at this point, do I have fear that maybe it's not 100% because of what this year was? For sure. I can't be ignorant. I have to be real about it. I still feel very confident in it. I'm not going to the dark place that some people are. I get it. But, like, I still wouldn't go wasting a ton to get another quarterback. I want to have someone there who you can count on playing a few games. But, man, if it's going to look like this every year, guys, it didn't work out. It can't be that.
But if there is a quarterback that falls the way Shador did, and you're sitting there in the 3rd or 4th round, say, yeah, listen, I like this kid. I'm going to draft him.
That's a great point. Yes, absolutely. That in that sense, absolutely. You get to a place like that, and you have a quarterback who you like. And by the way, doesn't the same hold true for the Bengals? Like, have the Bengals, they've never had that guy who's there to really jump in for 5 games.
That's the other thing that I got from Mike was that, he didn't shut down the retirement. I mean, that quote from Parcells is pretty interesting. You only have so many hits in you.
Yep.
And maybe this isn't performative. Maybe he is really thinking about it.
I thought Mike T in this spot was phenomenal. Like, that's a good call by you, Donnie. It was such a great spot because of what he said, the insight he provided, and what he'd be doing right now. It just lets you know what Darren Muji should be doing right now, which to me was the genesis of this conversation, not the hypothetical of could they do it. It's what should they be doing right now just in case.
Right. And that's why you want a Tannenbaum during the holidays.
By the way, and you know if Don LaGreca calls for a guest,
yeah,
you know it's going to be good.
You almost have to book him, right?
Yeah, because he generally thinks guests are whack.
I do.
Now,
that's a good point.
Now, for that guy Thursday, I have a couple of different directions I'd like to take us if you guys are comfortable.
I do have one.
You do have one?
Yes.
All right, well, there are a couple different places I want to go. And
I
guys,
have one as well.
All right.
I think there's a chance that you might hear about Joe Burrow on that guy Thursday.
What? Oh.
It may end up there. So we'll do that next. We also got Damien Woody coming up as well. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on ESPN New York.
New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games are the perfect gift for everyone on your list.
Like me, your Aunt Jules. I told you I didn't need a gift this year, but I secretly really want one.
Or me, your neighbor Frank. I hope you didn't forget I'm coming to your holiday party tonight.
Or me. Why does no one ever think of the voiceover guy? Anyway, New York Lottery's holiday scratch-off games have more winners and top prizes up to $5,000. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino & Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino & Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
You know, like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE. Back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's your last chance to donate for 2025. Last chance! Donate now for a 2025 tax deduction.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. It's a gridlock alert day, and you're feeling it heading over to the outbound, George. All of your approaches are packed. Not even the Henry Hudson going to help you out. Cross Bronx westbound, the worst of it at a standstill there from the Bruckner on through. Messy ride on the Deegan northbound side right after the Cross Bronx. A broken down SUV in the right lane. Delays there. Go back across the Triborough into Queens and up onto the Bruckner. Southbound Deegan working on a crash right after the Mosholu. You're backed up onto 87 in Yonkers. Inbound Georgia about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Holland going to run you 30 to 40. Slow go on the Staten Island Expressway westbound heading over to the West Shore from the Verrazano on through. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
We all have that one friend.
I'm talking about the yo-yos who set themselves on fire and bathe in pork and beans.
Or know that one person.
I'm here with my family.
Who can't help but be.
He's not cool. His voice is weird. He's kind of a dork. His brother's a tool. His girlfriend's annoying.
That guy.
I didn't know it was banner night. We won't be out for that.
It's time for That Guy Thursday.
Hey guys, anyone want to play some ball?
With Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
He's just being that guy.
Now, before we go any further, guys, I'm not going to be that guy. I got to remind you about the holiday party tomorrow.
We'll do it.
We haven't seen you in a long time, and we want to meet some new friends because, this show's now all coming up on a 1-year anniversary.
Yay!
So we want to see our people.
Coming up. I think it just passed, technically.
But I'm talking about the hard.
Well, January 6th was when we had the hard open. The soft open was during the holiday.
But I'm talking about, though, when we stormed the airwaves on January 6th.
Right. I peeked and I liked what I saw.
Why did I know you were going to do
So that was the day that we stormed the airwaves once and for all.
Gotcha.
And so we celebrate it tomorrow with the people. So Long Island, come out and see us at your mother's house. It's going to be a great time. You could bring toys to be collected for the Garden of Dreams. Unwrapped toy donations, please. It all kicks off at 1 with the K Show, followed by us. But I'm sure we'll all be jumping on together, having a good old time. Some special guests going to pop by. If you want more info, if you want VIP access, which will get you directly on Don's lap, check out the ESPN New York app. It's all brought to you by Amazon Pickup, Security Dodge, Spiked Aid, made for big city social stamina.
Cool, man.
Now, I teased it. I'll make it brief, guys. Could we just admit we're having a lot of fun talking about Joe Burrow, but just the entire statement from him is a little bit of that guy? Just a few weeks ago, this guy was hyped to get back. He was doing everything he could to get back on the field to be with his team. They win on Thanksgiving night, feel pretty good. They blow a big lead in the fourth quarter against Buffalo to now put themselves basically completely behind the 8 ball where they won't make the playoffs. And now, days later, he's not having any fun whatsoever. We didn't get that statement from him after a win against Pittsburgh. We didn't even get it from him leading up to coming back. But he comes back. Obviously, the team's in a tough spot. I mean, we can judge the team how we want, guys. They've been down their best player the whole year. Almost the whole year. So to me, while there may be some, legitimacy to not being thrilled about being a Bengal, and we can argue about ownership and whether they've done all the right things for him and whether Jamar Chase gets on his nerves, but when you overall look at what Joe Burrow has been able to do when healthy, it hasn't been the worst career ever to where he needs to get up and be like, I don't know, I just want to have fun playing football again. Like, can we just agree there's a little bit of that guy? And if he were a receiver right now or any other position, I feel like we'd be killing him. But there's a little bit of pretty quarterback privilege of like, no, I just want to pick where I get to go. But, like, nobody else is allowed to do that. You look like a nozzle.
Or was just answering a question honestly?
Yeah, I'm not feeling that. I think he.
But I'm not
mad
at it. I'm with Alan, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at you for saying it. You can feel that way, and I could see why you'd want to feel that way. But in all honesty, I don't see it that way at all.
So you think he felt this way a week ago, and he felt this way when he was out and working his way towards coming back?
I think we've seen this in him for a while. I do. Like, come on.
And so is the primary
Why
issue...
did I bring him up, Peter? Why did I bring him up the day after the trade deadline when the Jets suddenly had a pocket full of first-round picks? Why was that the name I brought up?
Well, because, of course, it's the one that maybe could sneak out because we know there's a chance he's not content in Cincinnati.
Of all the LeBrons and Giannis's in the NFL, Joe Burrow is very LeBron and Giannis.
But also the timing of it, it's his birthday, his 29th birthday. Coming off a really difficult loss that pretty much signaled the end of the season. He wasn't going to do it after the win because they were still very much alive. But now, all right, they're pretty much dead. It's his birthday. Again, was he asked the question, how you feeling? And he just answered it honestly. But I hear Peter.
Can I
it's
also
still another athlete?
One in which he threw a really bad interception in the fourth quarter. But whatever.
He did.
Can I just I'll just give you the stat one more time.
Go ahead.
In case you didn't hear it the first time around. At the same age as Andrew Luck played 86 games, 29 years old, both of them. Played 86 games, was sacked 174 times, which is a lot. Joe Burrow has played 13 fewer games and has been sacked 203 times. At some point, you just stare back at your franchise and go, can we just build an offensive line, please? Do I have to get my ass kicked every game and still be a hero? I got to put the cape on, but I can't have superpowers.
Can I? This is going to be tough, Don. What I'm going to say here is going to be tough.
Okay.
Could we join 2025 and be a quarterback who learns how to step up and maybe take off every once in a while?
Oh, now you want me to change my game?
I just want you to be.
Funny. My game's not good
I want you to be able to evade a sack every once in a while. Sometimes you do have to be able to do that.
Well, that's not. I've never been that. That's not who I am.
Hey, that guy is not a bad guy.
No, it's just that guy.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
I don't agree with Peter, but I'm not mad at it.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, what do you guys
have?
Defend it. What do you guys have, Don?
I got to say that Mike Kafka came off as that guy during Hard Knocks with all the expletives. I don't. Just come on. I was always taught by my dad taught me this. I've heard this other places too. If you got to make your point by dropping a bunch of F-bombs, your vocabulary is very limited, and you don't got much. If you want to give an animated conversation about going out there and playing and the game still have meaning and all that, can you articulate it in a better way instead of dropping F-bombs every other word? You don't come across as a tough guy. You come across as an ignorant ape that just can't articulate a sentence. That's the way it came across to me. Everybody thinks, I'll just drop a bunch of F-bombs. I'm a tough guy. This is how much I want to win. I want to win so much that I can't think of another word but F this and F that. How about you, with a chance to win a job with one of the flagship franchises of the NFL, you can articulate a complete sentence without sounding like a 13-year-old at a high school gymnasium. He came across like an ignorant punk. I can't wait till he and everybody else is cleaned out of this thing like a whiteboard. I watched that and I was sickened as a Giant fan. I didn't think, ooh, tough guy, look at me, I can swear. You know what? I could drop a bunch of F-bombs right now and really accentuate my conversation. Instead, thanks to the FCC, I'd actually come up with different words. I'd actually have to pick up a thesaurus and maybe come up with different ways to say things. No, instead I'm just F this, F that. I'm a tough guy. Look at me. NFL coach talking to players, dropping F-bombs. Hire me, Mr. Mara, because I know how to say blank. Get lost. Hit the highway.
And by the way, Anthony's cursing you now, Don.
I think it's great. No, I'm glad everybody's jumping on board now.
Yes. He wants the credit that he's been right.
It took a month But everybody kind of figured it out.
It's aging great,
it's
though.
The same thing with the Mets. Why can't we wait and see?
Oh boy.
Well, we waited,
You
and
know
we
what?
saw.
We waited, and you ended up being right. But you know what? I can make predictions. Like everybody, we're going to get to the baseball in a second.
Yep.
But everybody's killing the Mets and killing Stearns. And then what's going to happen if he gets it all right? Are you going to apologize? Why don't we wait and see? I gave Kafka the chance, and you know what? He dropped the ball. He lost both games, and now he's acting like a clown on HBO, just like the guy before him did in Brian Dable. If I'm John Mara, I'm not letting anybody on HBO. I won't let him watch HBO.
Look, Don, this is all I'm saying. And the Shane thing, I don't know. Maybe he'll stay, maybe he won't. All I'm saying is, what I didn't want any part of that coaching staff around anything. You could look at any of the coaching rooms. On the 5 minutes that the Giants deservedly get on this Hard Knock show, nobody's paying attention.
I was willing to give him a chance. So bad. And that chance, I saw enough. I'm good.
Did you see when he
It's all
said,
set.
look at each other? Look at the guy. No one looked.
Yeah, it's like
they all stared blankly.
Why don't you look up a cab?
It's unreal. But I'm so glad you said that, Don. If I were him, I'd be embarrassed that really this is what they use. They use this because it looked very college rah-rah. That like I'm trying to rally the troops and let me talk at their level and let them know I'm passionate and I love them. And first of all, how could you possibly look at that roster and say I love this team? Come on, man. Like you love coaching right now, but don't start selling me that garbage. So it was a bad look for him. That's going to follow him around now because what player's taking that serious? A professional athlete? Again, if I'm in college, you're 18, you're 22, it's a different story. You get all fired up. Cam Skadubu probably was the one guy that was going, yeah, like somewhere in the back of the room, right?
I mean, if that's the
but
way
no one
you
else
think
is
you
buying
need
that.
to relate to players, you don't have much respect for your players. I'm being honest.
Cringe, as the kids would say.
That was
cringe.
very cringe. That was that guy.
Yeah.
What do you got?
All right, Alan, what are you bringing to the table here?
Yeah, I'll be quick. Mine is more of a personal situation. That guy is whoever it was that had a pickup truck and decided to park in 2 spots at the train station yesterday because it was a packed train station. There were no other parking spots available, and I had to catch my train. And so this is not – I'm not talking about like a little bit on the line. Literally parked on the line – over it to take up 2 spots in a truck that wasn't even that big.
You can't do this.
I had nowhere to park. So I had to park in what wasn't a parking spot, but a available place to put my car so I can catch the train and get to work. The train I take every day, the parking lot that I pay for annually to park in. And so what do you think the result was when I came home and walked to my car that was not parked in a parking spot?
I got a ticket.
I got a ticket. And so I sent an email to the town in response to the ticket saying I'm pleading not guilty because there were no spots available, but not to my fault and not to your fault, but to the fault of someone who decided to take up 2 spots that didn't need to. I hope that guy got a ticket too. But he should also then cover for mine because he took up a spot that I should have had. And the response I got was that I would have to now show up in person to make my case.
You know what? Be that guy and show up.
I might do it. So that's what I was going to ask everybody is it worth it? Now, first of all, the fine is $100, which is...
Really?
Yeah. And if I don't pay it by a certain date, it goes to $200.
Parking meter in the city's not $100.
It's crazy. So it's $200 if you don't respond, and then if you don't respond in another 30 days, it's $300. So I responded immediately. So the response I got was, our offer is that you could pay this for $100 and it goes away. And I'm like, whoa. Did you not listen to the explanation that I made? And then the response was, yes, we read it, and you can show up in person and make your case.
Oh, no, you have to.
There's 2 dates, one in January, one in February. I'm thinking about doing it. Going in and saying, hey, this wasn't on me. This was on
I would understand
that guy.
if you had to take off to do it.
We've had a bad streak of traffic court on this station this week.
What else?
Did you guys not hear about this?
DNR?
Bart
Bart
did traffic court live on the air, and he was waiting in the lobby for 2 hours, didn't know that his camera was on, was tapping his forehead, and the judge kicked him out for an obscene gesture. So
now he has to appear back in court again, and he's fined basically for contempt.
I would have him sitting in a cell for a day.
At least a day. First of all, he gets to do it on Zoom. I got to show up in person. But I'm thinking about doing it. I know it's $100. Like, I know it's not.
It's not the money. It's the principle.
It's the
There's
principle.
principalities.
I could have parked. The guy took up 2 spots. How dare he? Why you got to be that guy?
Who does this?
He better have gotten a ticket, by the way.
By the way, who does that? Who feels comfortable doing that and walks away
just
from
parking right over it?
People that don't care about other people's feelings and
so
thoughts.
This is wrong. Now I'm mad. You know what Stephanie said? Did you take a picture? I was like, no. Why would I do that? Now I wish I did.
Yeah, because they would have a license.
The whole damn thing. But anyway, that guy was that guy, and now it's going to cost me, if not money, time.
And that is that guy Thursday. We
all brought it.
It was diverse. And by the way, I was going to mention Sharon Moore, but we didn't even get time.
That's some story.
Everybody knows
man.
he's that guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, but we don't have enough details. But I was just going to say the overall level.
The internet does.
Yeah, the internet does.
So we got plenty of details, but not enough to
By
really.
the way, but where are they all coming from?
I don't know.
That's the thing. None of them are coming from any place. So like the only part I can go with is that guy of it is to have this amazing story where he ended up getting to be the head coach of this sort of program. Whatever it is that happened, just the basic part we know is that guy enough.
Remember, he was the interim coach at Michigan.
Yes.
He tried when Harbaugh was suspended, remember?
Yes. And then it worked. They won. And he gets the chance. It's really an amazing story, sort of a blue-collar football story, rise to the top at Michigan, and then to get there and have a family and all this stuff, and then on the day you end up – I just know this. Getting fired and ending up in cuffs on the same day, guys, it's never good. It rarely ends well.
No.
Well, there was a lot of, I think, a confrontation, threatening. There's a lot to that.
There's
story.
a lot.
But again, all of it's such speculation. No one. All we hear is that it's an assault accusation, an alleged assault. We don't know anything else, and we know that he was fired for an inappropriate relationship. That's all that we know.
But,
everything else is speculation.
Right, but it's pretty salacious, the speculation.
Oh yeah.
Well, very. But again, I want to know where anyone got it from. That's not just someone talking.
If I may,
please.
It's still undefeated.
The internet?
No.
Well, yeah, but there's
the reason.
Yeah,
it's undefeated.
Oh, you mean it'll ruin you every time?
You're never going to beat it ever.
Can't do it.
Well, unless you decide that you don't.
Unless you decide you just should beat it instead. Then.
Well, then yeah, exactly. Then everything's okay.
Then you're good. Then you survive. That might be the most brilliant thing I ever said.
Yeah, and guess what else? And you know what else?
May have known
I'm hopped up on meds, boys. You don't know what's coming.
And you know what else it was?
Yeah. Well,
mull that mattress, man.
If you go lefty, they call it a strange pull.
You're a filth bag. You're a sex-starved filth bag.
All right, we got a break before the show gets canceled. It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Whether you're shopping, gaming, or streaming this holiday season, don't take slow for an answer. Get Optimum Fiber for the fastest, most reliable, and most consistent internet speeds, starting at $25 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com to switch. Act now and get Netflix, a 5-year price lock, and $100 back, all on us. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today. Optimum, don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together during the Mazda More to Move You sales event. Lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for just $229 a month at Garden City Mazda.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Getting more as a My Lowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us this Friday at your mother's house in Garden City. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party this Friday, brought to you by Spiked Aid, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Why Fleetwood Mac, I wondered aloud. Go your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, ESPN New York. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hello.
What up?
I was just talking off the air to our super producer, Anthony Puchik.
Puchik?
Yeah. That's how it's pronounced, I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure?
I'm not 100%, but
what would his hockey nickname be then? Poochie?
Poochie. Yeah.
Poochie. Yeah. There you go.
But we were talking, and I was giving him credit for just how incredibly well his Giants take has happened to have aged.
Yeah.
And Don, I don't know if Alan's going to agree, but I think you'll in your heart agree. His take on the Giants being a disaster this season, it's the equivalent of my lifetime take of college football being the worst. It ages every year. It ages better. There's not a year in which it doesn't get somewhat better, or there's not more nonsense, major programs embarrassing themselves, coaches doing horrible, moronic things. It's just the bowl games being yo-yo, the conference is changing. I know it makes money. I know it's wildly popular.
It doesn't just make money, Peter.
No, it makes boatloads of it. Prints money. Well, listen, we got guys. Remember, there are a lot of morons in the world.
It doesn't make it right.
Right.
I'm with you.
And listen, if I were 18 years old right now, and I decided I were going to Michigan or UCLA or any of these places where it's or Georgia, of course I'd be there and having a great time. I'm not saying that, but as an adult who has no connection and gets to just choose the sports I want, I'm good. I'm all set.
But I guess the difference between your take on college football and Anthony's take on the Giants is he loves the Giants.
Yes.
He's a fan of the team.
Yeah. I came to it from a place of hate.
Right.
Well, no, I didn't, though. When I was young, I didn't hate. Like when I was
not a fan of it the way he's a fan of the Giants.
No, nothing like that. But I will tell you this, though. Speaking of Michigan, when I was a kid, the Desmond Howard era of college football, Rocket Ishmael, there were a lot of, when I was a kid, I really enjoyed it. And as I got older, went to a college where it mattered to Jace. Mm-hmm. It was easy to not really care.
Depends on the year of Maryland, right?
Well, yeah. In 02, I went to a bowl game. I went to the Orange Bowl in Miami. Now, granted, I was chasing my ex-girlfriend who had no interest in being with me.
No.
I followed her basically to the bowl game.
Stalk.
Yeah, that sounds more like a stalk.
I don't chase. Listen. That word choice. That's your choice. But she went down there, and then I went down there. Okay. And I did.
And then she went, "Oh, you're here."
And then I'm not kidding. I remember I ended up. Me and my best friend ended up in a hotel room, hanging out, watching. I think it might have been Night Court at 12:03 in Miami on New Year's Eve. It's not what you want. I felt like Biff Poggi at the time. You know what I mean?
And if you're anything like me, anytime I see the Orange Bowl, I'll get Is that like you? Well,
because it reminds you of the moment.
Yeah, it reminds you of the moment.
Oh, yeah, of course. Maryland football reminds me of it. It was all bad. Well, you have to remember, my senior year, guys, I had been, me and my high school sweetheart broke up around my junior year or whatever. I had a year-ish of being single. I forget what it was. And I was lost. I didn't know. I'd had this girlfriend from when I was 14 to 20. So I didn't know how to be in college. I didn't drink. I got news for you. 20, freshly single, don't drink, spend your time at the radio station, hate fraternities. I'm still me. I was a killjoy.
How are you not blind?
That's exactly right, Alan. Back to your same. By the way, this is the only subject Alan has today. So, more strange pulls.
I was thinking, and if you did join a fraternity, it would be lambda, lambda, lambda.
Exactly. And then I ended up pulling this blonde tri-delt at Maryland out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And we had the summer of a lifetime.
Right. No Omega move for you.
No, quite the opposite.
Okay.
And
that's how Revenge of the Nerds ended.
No, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that, except it was consensual.
Yeah, there was a lot. They're not making that movie today.
No. They're changing the end if they do.
Well, they're changing a lot of what happened there.
So we went on this 5-month run. It was great. And then basically senior year, her last year in school started. It was actually both of our last years. But I was a year older. But I was my 5th year, her 4th year. And she comes up to me and she's like, hey, my friends are coming back from college and, there's a lot going on. And, And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't understand what's happening. She was like, yeah, this is over. And I was like, excuse me?
Yeah, no. This was like Greece. It was just the.
Oh yeah, no, summer's over. Summer love.
Mm-hmm. That's all you had.
And then so
there was nothing better than that, though.
But think about how pathetic that is when I tell you that my story ended at the Orange Bowl. So that's September to January of misery. That's the kind of loser I am. Do you understand that?
I hear you.
I don't understand it, but.
No, you wouldn't.
No, Alan doesn't live in our world, Peter.
Yeah, he doesn't get it.
But the summer thing was awesome.
It's awesome if the person doesn't
come
at the
summer, and then she leaves, and you're leaving. All right, peace. That was fun.
Yeah, that's not me, bro. That ain't my life.
I had a string of October breakups that I hated. I dreaded the month. I wanted to hold on to come October.
Never dreamed you'd leave in summer.
Such a great song.
Yeah. Anyways, so I hate the Orange Bowl. That's the point.
We do have we played a nice reindeer game for a couple of hours. We've got another one queued up.
Do you want to? So I'm going to let you when we come back, Don. You want to set up the new reindeer game?
Yes, please.
All right, we're going to jump on the back of Don's belly for a sleigh ride. That's coming up next, right here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Brees Hall, the I-back, at the 5-yard line. Handoff, Brees Hall finds a crease, runs left. He's into the end zone for a Jet touchdown.
Jets fans, come out to MetLife Stadium for a Week 17 divisional matchup. See the New York Jets host the New England Patriots Sunday, December 28th at 1 p.m. Presented by Ticketmaster. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey. Devils are home tonight at the Rock in Newark. If you're getting a jump start, not so great on 21 southbound. Crash right after Lafayette Street. You're jammed heading over to the Prudential Center from 280 and East Orange on down. Inbound George, just about 5 to 10 for the upper deck. All of your approaches to the outbound side are awful. Cross Bronx westbound, going to run you over an hour from the Bruckner on through. Deegan northbound, still have this broken down SUV in the right lane right after the Cross Bronx. Jam there heading over to the outbound. George, delays go back across the Triborough and up onto the Bruckner. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Helena, run you 30 to 40. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
New York Presbyterian treats more heart patients than any other hospital in New York. From common to complex conditions, our cardiologists and heart surgeons are pioneers in advanced heart care, leading the way in minimally invasive treatments for faster recovery times. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital based on U.S. News and World Report 2025 to 2026 Cardiology, Heart, and Vascular Surgery Rankings.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro. Like it never even happened.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
It's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you, hanging out on a chilly Thursday. 5:03 in the big city.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for it.
I was just looking for an accurate clock. I didn't want to get, screw people up here.
The big city.
But Reindeer Games Mach 2 on the show. Ben and Woods, it's a show out in San Diego. And they had got some inside dope that the Padres could be interested in Francisco Lindor. And this raised an eyebrow to me because I'm thinking, well, they're trying to change the culture of the team, the core of the team. There were rumors that Lindor and Soto didn't necessarily get along, but I always discarded it by saying I don't know if anybody would want Lindor. Can't move that contract. If you take a look at what Stearns has done, it's all the guys that he didn't get, right? He didn't draft Alonso. He didn't draft Nimmo. He didn't bring Diaz over here, and he didn't give Lindor that contract. But could Lindor be moved? So I'm like, oh, well, if San Diego would be interested, it would be for Xander Bogaerts, who is a shortstop, who is around the same age. I think he's a year older than Lindor. I think Lindor's the better player. Both are in obnoxiously long contracts. Bogaerts' contract ends in 33, and I think Lindor's ends in 32, but Bogaerts is not worth as much. I think Bogaerts signed an 11-year, $280 million contract, and what was Lindor's, like 10 years? What was it, 330 now? It was
340.
There's something, So obviously you would get back a shortstop that's around the same age, not as good, maybe a little better defensively, because Lindor didn't defend well last year. Was that an aberration, or is that a sign of things to come? And I keep thinking about what Alan said about how all the Mets have talked about is run prevention. And Mason Miller, the closer, who was highly coveted, if you remember, when he was in Oakland, and the Padres acquired him. So could he be your closer, and then Devin Wood to let Lindor go, or are you good?
One thing you got to keep in mind, Lindor has a no-trade clause. That includes 15 teams, but he has a full no-trade clause that starts next season.
Right. So if you're going to now, I don't know.
So you'd
I'm
have to
assuming
do
the
it
Padres
before.
are on the list of places he'd go.
Who knows? But I don't know if he's on it or not on it. But it's a 15-team no-trade clause that I guess would end December 31st, if not at the end of the season. I don't know what the exact date would be, but then after that, it's a full no-trade. So he has full control over if he wants to go or not, or doesn't want to go.
Now,
that's what makes it tough.
I've talked to a few people, and it seems like it's a pretty mixed bag with the whole Soto Lindor. Some say it's nothing. Some says there's a little something there. I'm of the camp that I don't really care if they like each other or not. That shouldn't matter. One's a shortstop and one's an outfielder. It's not like they have to worry about your double play combination or anything like that. The 78 Yankees couldn't stand each other. The A's won 3 championships not being able to stand each other. But, if there is something going on in that room, and if Stearns is, letting some of these guys go to clean that up, could Lindor be next? If there is general interest in the Padres, would you take this package? Would you ask for Tatis? I would definitely be listening if I were Stearns.
See, to me, you say Tatis, now we're talking.
No, but that's not what they said, so I'm just going on what the report was. Does Bogaerts and Miller float your boat?
He's 33, right? Bogaerts.
And Lindor's 32. So they wrote Bogaerts a little bit older. He's not the hitter that Lindor is. Again, I don't know how they look at the field, the defensive analytics. I don't watch Bogaerts as much as I've watched Lindor. Lindor had a tough year defensively. Now, is that just an aberration or a sign of things to come? If Stearns thinks it's a sign of things to come, and he thinks that maybe Bogaerts would be a better defensive shortstop moving forward, that might be interesting. But I don't know if this would be enough to do it for me. Although I do like Miller, and I like Devin Williams better as a setup guy. But Bogaerts for Lindor, I don't know.
No.
That feels like a no for me,
That
dog.
feels like
and the Mets should not be. And here's the thing:
he had 11 home runs.
No, he's not the offensive player. But here's the other thing that's going to drive Met fans crazy, and that is, well, you shouldn't be pinching pennies here. Like, the attractiveness of Bogart over Lindor is that he's cheaper per year, and does that give you more money to play with, to offer more money to Bellinger? More money if you trade it for Skubal and then give him a contract, go out and get King. But we shouldn't be playing those reindeer games if my owner's worth $23 billion.
Yeah, see, that's why, again, I don't understand that. It's one thing, we spent time talking about Pete Alonso and not wanting to go 5 years with Pete Alonso at $150+ million, right? Because that's first base till he's, 38 years old, whatever it is? Well, how old is he again?
He's 31.
31. Okay,
so that keeps him at 36.
So fine,
nothing, and he's not athletic, so he's not going to age. He's not going to get better defensively.
But that's one. I'm just not I'm not fundamentally comfortable with giving him a 5-year deal as my first baseman for the next 5 years. But that's one thing. But that's not being cheap. That's just this is how I feel.
I'm glad
right?
you said that because
Lindor is different. I'm not I don't want to dump Lindor's salary. He's still a high-level player.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up about the money. A lot of people are complaining. I'm hearing it from friends too.
Okay.
That I thought Cohen, the money's no object, so why didn't they just give Alonso the 5 years? I don't get it. It had nothing to do with money. It had everything to do with they didn't want Pete Alonso, period. Now, I think they wanted Diaz to a point, but I don't think anybody was crying that Diaz is gone either. Lindor's different to me. If you could tell me you can improve, I want to improve anywhere you can improve. I don't know how Bogaerts playing shortstop over Lindor improves your team, to me. Now, maybe he has some analytic that tells you that I'm all wet on that. But from what I know. Now, you're bringing in Mason Miller. And Peter, all the fans that were screaming they don't want Devin Williams to be the closer, well, then Miller can be your closer, and then you do improve there at least. But that's a big sacrifice at short, to me.
I mean, unless there's something else with Lindor that's not just about his play. But
see, that's a good question, too. Is there something going on in that room? And all these players have been strategically removed, A, because they haven't won with them, and B, that they may be the source of the problem.
Or is it most likely the ones that just aren't Stern's guys he doesn't have an affinity for? Wants to build the team completely in his likeness. He's not interested in it.
Then that's ego.
But that's the thing. That does happen.
But remember, this didn't surface in New York. This surfaced in San Diego, where they're also going through a recycling of their roster kind of right?
Yeah, they haven't won anything either.
So they might be looking at the Mets and seeing the exodus of the old core, right? Nimmo gone, Alonso gone, Diaz gone. And now who could be next? And maybe they're trying to pick from the carcass the way we do, right? Like what we just did with Joe Burrow, right?
Right.
So I don't want – and again, this is not about another radio show and all that stuff. I don't want to give too much credence to it. It's still worth talking about because it's interesting. But it's not something that I look at and think they've got to dump a salary because they don't want to pay it.
No.
That's not the problem with the Mets. The Mets are cleaning out players that they don't feel like are, at least for Stearns, is part of what they want to be going forward because they want to fill it with better players. And Stearns said a couple of weeks ago that this team's going to look different. And when we get to opening day, it's not going to be an easy process. There's going to be some moves we make you're not going to like. But when you get to opening day, you're going to like the roster. It's going to be better than the roster we ended the season with. That's what he said. So we got to see if he can do it.
And now we go back, we circle back. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because they said they had heard the Padres would be interested in Lindor, which I raised an eyebrow at because I didn't think anybody would be interested in that contract. But obviously if they were able to shed Bogaerts' contract, maybe they would see it being worth it. But the whole thing between Soto and Lindor, that they did not get along.
There was a report, yeah.
Well, then that would add fuel to that report, right? That all of a sudden Lindor gets shipped out because Soto's not going anywhere, right? Soto's locked in for the next 14 years. So
can you imagine if you're dismantling this team because you signed Juan Soto and Juan Soto doesn't really like some of the guys that wouldn't that be the most bizarre thing?
It would be bizarre. Now, I'm not suggesting that Soto said anything like you got to trade this guy. But does that motivate you as a general manager that two of your star players don't get along with each other? You get a phone call from San Diego interested in Lindor, who's the more expendable of the two. You get something that you like back. Could the rift be enough for you to say, all right, I'll do it. I can make that work. But I don't do it.
Yeah. No. All I know is that the conversation about the Mets should not be about finances. It should not be about a willingness to spend. I honestly think that they have a target of play. They have players that they want, and they're going to go after them. And I think the players they want, not the players they've checked in about. There is a semantics to all this. The players they want, they won't be outbid for. They proved it last year with Juan Soto. They wanted him.
Yeah.
I think it's the same thing. That's why what worries me as a Yankees fan, if they really want Bellinger, they're going to get him because
I don't think
Bellinger will, and that's why I said last week, Bellinger will take less if he really wants to stay with the Yankees.
But not way less.
No, not way less.
Not what Scott Boras is.
But if he stays with the Yankees and the Mets wanted him, he'll end up taking less to stay with the Yankees because there's no way the Mets are going to let themselves be outbid if they really want Bellinger. That's the domino I'm watching, because that should be really interesting.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of Met. I'm telling you, I'm getting texts from Met fans that I haven't heard from in forever, who are like, I can't believe this is happening. I thought Cohen was different. Stearns is ruining this team. Can we just wait, Peter? Can we just wait to see what he does? I'll be right there leading the charge with all of these people on opening day if I don't recognize half the guys on the roster. If they talk Mark Teixeira coming out of retirement to be the first baseman, then I'd say, you know what? There's an issue here. If Keith Hernandez doesn't re-sign with SNY so we could start at first base on opening day, as cute and adorable as that would be, I'll lead the charge wanting this guy fired. But can I at least see what it looks like?
I'm not being that guy Thursday. I'm just talking about, something that I observed. I saw another sports personality in this town, saw a video pop up on my algorithm with the picture of their face going off all angry. And it's goes off on Mets for losing Diaz and Alonso. And I'm like, I don't understand how you could be a knowledgeable Met fan and go off about it. I can understand having some emotion about it. I can truly understand being disappointed. I cannot understand, quote, going off. There it is, 5:15 on the dot.
That's the 5:15 train.
You can set your watch to it.
The 5:15 to Newark.
But how could you be, Alan, how could you be a smart Met fan and not be being performative if you're going off about this?
Here's why I was really proud of Don. Because Don had the opportunity to do the live in the moment, right? And be mad about another forever Met being gone. And I know there were a lot of fans that tuned into the show yesterday hoping to hear Don flip out and give us Ed Kranepool 2.0. But there's also there is a reason for because I have, as you know, family full of Met fans, friends that are Mets fans, and I've talked to them too, and we were going back and forth with the text of how furious they were. But it's Pete Alonso. You love him. How do you not keep him? Now you don't have a first baseman. What's wrong with them? All the things that would be a frustration in the moment. And you could have gotten away with that and flipped out, and you'd have every right to. And then a week later, if you end up signing, Tucker and whatever it is, it gets Scooble, then you could say, well, all right, now I understand. Now I'm happy, but I was mad last week. You had to show me something to get me back. You could have done that. But come on, if you're adulting, you know this is a process, and you want to see the process play out. And if they don't have a better roster in April than they did in October, then you sure as hell are going to go off.
Not that I ever have to defend myself for this, but the one thing that I do hear from people is that my rants are performative and they're fake. If that were the case, then yesterday would have been a perfect opportunity. I was getting requests for people who were expecting it for me to explode. And I didn't, because I didn't feel a reason to. Can I wait and see what this looks like? I admitted to you, it was disappointing to see Pete Alonso go.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to have my hair on fire and the video go viral and go crazy, and then 2 weeks from now, it's look at how much better this team is. But I told you, not that Stearns cares, but I will lead the charge if on opening day or during the course of the 26th season, this team is 30 games under 500 because he didn't address first, didn't address center, didn't address this pitching staff. Devin Williams is blowing save after save. I'm going to be just as red hot as all the other Met fans, but can I see that first? And I know the Mets have that kind of that Jet history where, of course, it's going to be bad. Of course it's going to turn out to be a disaster.
Right.
But just like Muji, I want to see Stearns. I understand he didn't have a great trade deadline last year. I get it. Nobody's batting 1,000. But maybe it's blind faith, but I feel like he's got a bit of a plan. Cohen is sitting on billions of dollars. He's burning a hole in his pocket. But he seems to believe in Stearns and the direction he wants to take this team. And I believe, I don't have evidence of this, but I believe that Stearns caved to Cohen's wishes, rolled the team back last year, and now was justified to do what he's doing because they won 83 games and they missed the playoffs, and they blew it again down the stretch, like this team did against the Padres 3 years ago, like they did in the first half of the season the year before when they were god-awful. So I'm not going to call them losers, guys, like Peter's friend did in text yesterday, the wrestler,
Not the wrestler, Michael Cole, the voice of Monday Night Raw, for Christ's sake.
I don't know these people.
I mean, that's not a name drop. It's the reverse name drop.
I misunderstood because I just know I'm ignorant on the subject. If it was my brother, you can jump him because he knows. I don't know.
Well, you got to do better.
Okay.
You know what? You're not wrong.
All right.
Thank you.
But I don't want to call them losers like Cole from Raw did. But they didn't win anything with him either. So we see if Stern's new vision of the team wins. And if they don't, I'll be right there with them. I'll be leading the charge with the burning stakes going after Frankenstein.
It's like after the Jets made their moves at the trade deadline and everybody wanted to throw parades and parties for the Jets and everything that happened with all these draft picks. And I said, what he did was the easy part. Now you got to show me what you're going to do with it. And then that's when I'll throw flowers.
Well,
what are you doing with these picks? What does it turn into? I can't just get excited over draft picks. I can't get excited about that. Just like you can't get mad about opening up space on your team to improve to be better. You have to now say, all right, did you get better? No, you didn't. So that's the same. It's the reverse, but it's kind of the same emotion. And I got in the chat, James said something that I think is actually pretty smart. Might be the smartest thing anybody said in the chat so far today. And it is, in this current era of baseball or sports in general, what matters more, forever players or championships where they stay legends?
Championships, because and I brought it up yesterday. I don't want to be the Knicks where the glory days are losing to Michael Jordan and losing to Akeem Olajuwon. I don't want my glory days to be, losing in Denver in the championship game, losing in Indianapolis in the championship game, losing in Pittsburgh in the championship game. I don't want my glory days of the recent Islanders, getting shut out in Game 7 against Tampa Bay. All right, I don't want the recent vintage with the Rangers where my glory days are losing in the conference final. I want the glory days to be championships. And my last glory day with the Mets was 86. Okay? I'm sorry, glory days aren't 2000. I had fun, wasn't the glory days to me. 2015 was fun. I was there against Kansas City, not the glory days for me. Glory days for me, unfortunately, the glory 86, and that was a long time ago. I was 18 years old. I'm 57 now, so I'm upset Pete Alonso's gone. But I'll get over it if they're lifting that piece of tin a couple of times.
Love the piece of tin. I even heard our good friend Jake Asman earlier doing a program, doing a great job. Filling in for Kay.
Yeah, because it's too close to Christmas for him to work.
Oh boy, he'll be back tomorrow. You can say it right to his face. Right to his face.
Who did the Mets trade for Gary Cole?
Wait, hold on. I was making a point. You SOB.
Yeah, I thought you were done.
The point wasn't the point wasn't Jake Asman's filling in for Michael Kay.
No,
you're sick. I'm going to give you a pass.
He's great. Listen,
no, the point was
I'm half listening.
Yeah,
right
I know. You're dead. You're half dead.
I apologize.
No, I forgive you. So what I was going to say was Jake was saying I forget the exact language he used. But it was something about a forever Met, and it was this very lofty way of describing Pete. And I
I'm a Yankee fan, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I understand how you could use that language, and I get why there'd be emotion, but just you cannot overdo this. You cannot. There's a difference between a guy who was pretty good in an era in which nothing great happened. I mean, Don, you want to talk about. I understand being sadder, and I know this sounds crazy because he wasn't nearly the ball player that Alonso is. I would almost understand being more upset about losing Daniel Murphy. At least you can associate him with getting to a World Series. Don, this team didn't get to a World Series. He was a really nice player. It would have been cool to see him hit 500 as a Met. But can you really, really weep because you're moving on?
Well, and part of the reason the whole Ed Kranepool thing happened is because most of the players I was talking about were post-86, and because it's been a long time. If they start winning championships, I'll get over it. Just like the Yankee fans who love Don Mattingly, they found a way to embrace Tino Martinez when they won all those championships, right, Alan? You found a way to let Martinez in your heart.
Yeah, but at least because Donnie retired. But answer me this, because you have to remember this because you were young enough to have that kind of emotion as a fan. Who was the key piece that the Mets traded for Gary Carter?
Oh, it was Hubie Brooks.
Right. Well, that
was the big, and that bothered me. I like Hubie Brooks.
Everybody loved him.
Yeah.
The young player, he was talented, he was well-liked, all that stuff. And it's like to give him up was not – certainly, I guarantee you, while this was pre-Sports Talk Radio when that trade went down, but I promise you that there were probably Mets fans who were not thrilled about it. Now, it's Gary Carter, right? So you get over it. But that was the immediacy of knowing what you were getting. You don't know what you're getting yet. So what if you happen to get a player and you're like, oh, my God, we got him? Like, okay.
Here's the criticism that I can accept, that I don't trust Stearns is going to do it. Okay, I can't get mad at you. He didn't have a great trade deadline.
Yes,
he hasn't won a title. He hasn't been here long enough to completely earn the trust. I trust him, but I can understand fans not trusting him. But to just automatically think he's dismantled, like as if he has no plan. His plan may not pan out. You may not like the plan, but do you really think he did all this just on a whim, not knowing what direction he was going to pivot to? Can we at least see the pivot before we criticize it?
That's why trades are easier to assess, because a trade gives you the return and right away you can assess it. Moving off players because you don't want to pay them what they're going to get in the market, and you saying that's not really what we want to do. And I'm telling you, last year, we all know this, last year he wanted to move on from Pete.
Yeah.
But there was the response from fans, there was the push from the owner, and there was no market for Pete. And you said, all right, we'll give him a year. That's all they did. They just said, fine, you earned another year with us, but this is a short-term thing.
And
they
he had
were
a
not
great
in love
year.
with him.
And he had a great year.
He was very good.
But again, the Mets won 83 games. I mean, clinging to these players.
There you go.
Because our glory is 101 wins in 22, and a run to Game 6 of the League Championship Series in 24. I don't know. I'm hoping for better than that, and he better deliver on that.
I like it.
1-800-919-3776. The phones are jammed, but it's time for us to finally get to these calls. But hold on, we also have Damien Woody. A lot to do. ENN 6 o'clock. We'll talk to you guys in a bit. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. Islanders home tonight at the UBS Arena. Just packed on the Cross Island southbound, heading over to Hempstead Turnpike, hitting the brakes from right after the Throgs Neck Bridge in Queens. Slow crawl on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading toward the West Shore. Delays go back across the Verrazano onto the westbound belt in Brooklyn from Flatbush Avenue. All of your purchase the outbound George are terrible. Not even the Henry Hudson going to help you out. Deegan northbound, they picked up that broken down SUV right after the Cross Bronx. Damage is done. You're slammed there from the Triborough and the Bruckner. West Side Highway northbound, not much better. Long line of brake lights going back into the 50s. Inbound George about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln Orange about 30 minutes. Outbound Hahn 45 plus. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Michael Kay talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees, and it should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee. Included with every tire purchase with paid installation, you'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and zero for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's a limited lifetime tire guarantee only at Midas.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Time for the Damien Woody Report right here.
That's right.
Brought to you by Bet365. And one of our favorite times every week is talking to our guy, Damien Woody. And
we'll see.
Obviously, out of the gate, there's only one thing to ask. And
that's right.
And that is, how was Napoleon Dynamite?
Guys, I have to confess.
Oh, no.
I have to confess. My wife was holding me hostage. Oh, no. My wife was holding me hostage with the Hallmark Channel. So I just...
oh, my God.
Wait a minute. Who makes the music?
The Hallmark.
Listen, no, Don, that's a real thing.
No, I
go through it.
But here's the question.
I deal with it all the time, man.
This is what
Hallmark
I need to know.
Channel this time of year kills you.
Did she eventually give it back to you?
No, she's like, because this time of year, man, it's like brutal.
I know, because she took it
Hallmark
away, put in a box in a high shelf in the
back.
closet. Did she give it back to you? Do you have it working now with you?
Oh, wow.
Because when you're watching a Hallmark Channel, she took it away from you.
It's in a box.
Yeah.
Are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
It. Yeah, but honestly,
talking about the hardwood.
Honestly, though, men, you know that we next Talk About It Tuesday. Though D Wood brought up something that I was going to bring up for Talk About It Tuesday. We need to have this conversation. There's other men in the world now that are experiencing this Christmas movies on the Hallmark Channel. It just like you just stare at it going, what the hell is this?
But you can make it work because the female lead's usually a smoke show. So you can kind of fight through
there
it,
is
right?
that.
Right, Damien?
And usually somebody from the 80s.
That is very true. That is very true.
Right? They're usually child
Totally
stars
agree.
from the 80s.
Yes, that is true.
We got to have the conversation
Very
one of
true.
these days. It's unreal.
All right, well, listen, we're all very hurt and very disappointed, but we also understand.
And we give up. I think we all collectively give up.
No, I'm not. I'm not giving up on it.
No, Don, we're not giving up on this. It's just a rough time of year with being so close to Christmas. Yes.
Don, did you ever think, be honest, did you ever think that Damien would have such a great phone line with us every week all year?
It is. That's the one thing, Damien. I love you. I think you're a singular talent. You always had a bad phone line. And landlines, too.
Yeah, and this year the phone line's been amazing. So,
Really.
so change can happen.
Yeah.
He has a great phone line now. He can see Napoleon Dynamite.
That is a good point. So we'll try again next week.
The lower third on our YouTube says Damien Woody, special guest, still hasn't seen Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, Anthony's having a lot of fun now with the segments. I'm enjoying this. What do you? Let's start here. There's a few things for us to get to, but what do you make of Joe Burrow's comments? You really think he ends up finding a way out of Cincinnati, or is this all chit chat?
No, I think this is real. Like Joe Burrow has been battered and bruised, and listen, man, he's been sacked like over 200 times. I think in his career, something crazy.
Yeah, 209 or something. Yeah.
203.
Yeah, it's just like he's just been so beat up, and I know people out there would say, hey, he got what he wanted. He got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Got both of those guys back. But what good is both of those guys if you're not being protected? You have no defense, and you just hear, listen, first of all, I appreciate when an athlete just opens up like that and just pouring out and being honest. And you just hear a guy that's just, it seems like his level of football is waning when you're getting beat up, battered, and bruised, and you're losing, which would suck because I think Joe Burrow is like a singular talent at the quarterback position. I think he plays a quarterback position the purest of any quarterback in the National Football League.
D-Wood, as an offensive lineman, when you think about what we just said about how many times he's been sacked and the issues in Cincinnati, clearly they've been trying to build a line. They just haven't done a good job of it. But how much pride does an offensive lineman take? And then also, how much guilt do you feel when your quarterback's getting beat up like that? Because that's what everybody's talking about right now, is he must be getting the football beat out of him like Andrew Luck did. And a lot of times it goes on you guys in that sense.
Yeah, listen, I can only, I would say this. Most offensive linemen that I've ever been around absolute hate giving up sacks. And just speaking for myself personally, there was just nothing worse. I just I never wanted, the opposition to touch my quarterback. That's the reason why I'm there. Obviously, all linemen wants to run the football, but you don't ever want anyone to hit your quarterback. And I can't imagine those guys in Cincinnati, if upon hearing those type of stats, would feel good about themselves, knowing your quarterback's been hit more than any other quarterback over the past however many seasons. It's just ridiculous, to hear from your quarterback like, man, I'm just getting the brakes beat out of me and injured seemingly almost every year.
So is it a Hail Mary, pipe dream, whatever you want to throw out there, that the Jets can end up with him if he does part ways with Cincinnati?
I will say this. There's no team more equipped than the Jets right now. And listen, if you're the Jets and you haven't been able to solve this quarterback situation since when? Joe Namath or whatever the case may be, you got to do whatever you can. You force the Bengals to say no. I mean, you got literally 5 first-round picks over the next 2 years, plus multiple second-round picks. You have all the ammunition in the world to solve the number one problem within your organization. That's the quarterback position. So you just keep offering until they say no, and once that's exhausted, you move on.
Listen, we talk a lot because Alan has a bit of a man crush on Shedeur Sanders, so we'd spend a lot of time on Shedeur. And no, it's been a great story, or not great. It's been a fascinating story, I should say, with some great moments, including last week against Tennessee when he put up some big numbers. D, I'm of the mindset that if you start the guy at quarterback, you have to keep him in the game in pivotal moments. I understand that it hadn't worked out on the previous 2-point conversion, but I just do not understand. There's nothing on the line for the team this season, right? They're just trying to develop the guy and see what they have. Can you help me understand how it makes sense to start a guy at quarterback but not be able to have him in big goal line situations?
I felt like it was a stupid call, on the 2-point conversion to go what we call wildcat, where you literally take the quarterback, either take him out or put him at wide receiver. You got the running back in the backfield. I just felt like it was a stupid call. Now, Kevin Stefanski has done this before, whether it was Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel. He's done it before. I just thought it was a bad call. And when your quarterback is playing, kind of in a groove and playing as well as Shedeur was playing, you don't take the ball out of his hand. You let him play and let him play through things. And so, for me, listen, I look at Shedeur Sanders, last week, that was a big step forward for him. I saw a guy who wasn't taking sacks that we've been accustomed to seeing him take, whether it's with Cleveland or his days in Colorado. He was, he showed the arm talent, and he showed movement. Like, he showed movement within the pocket, and then obviously he scored a touchdown with his legs. So I thought it was a major step forward, and it's going to be interesting to see what this young man does the last, 4 games of the season.
Showed movement. I had movement.
That's right. We know
you
you
know
do.
what I mean? I've been trying to tell people that's somebody that I would watch as another team, and if they don't want him, I might want to bring him in and see if I could, because there's definitely something there to work with. To me, there's just no question about it. But D-Wood, as we look around the league right now, are you I know we're talking about Burrow, so let's stay in that division. Are you shocked with that division? Are you shocked with the fact that the Ravens don't win at home anymore? The Steelers had a good start, but they seem to have issues. I know they did get the win last week, but the Fire Tomlin stuff's going on. Like, that division was once really like the gold standard of the AFC, some of the toughest football you can play, and that division kind of sucks this year.
Yeah, it's one of the worst divisions in football, and it is shocking because you look at the 2 blue bloods in that division in Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Listen, I think one of the things that I don't know if not enough people are talking about is Lamar Jackson. I know Lamar Jackson is hurt, but Lamar Jackson's not playing well.
He's not right.
And so, which is kind of shocking considering, he's a 2-time league MVP, could have been a 3-time league MVP, and he's not playing well. And it's just a question of, okay, what is this going to look like moving forward with Lamar Jackson? Is he always going to be hurt? Has his athletic ability started to wane? Like, where do we stand with Lamar Jackson? And obviously in Pittsburgh, they pushed all their chips in with all the moves that they made, and we don't even know if they're going to if they're going to have a winning record this year. Like, there's no guarantee that they're going to have a winning record this year. So, and what's the status of Mike Tomlin going to be after this 2025 season? So there's just a lot of questions within this division.
Are you excited or scared for the possibility of Rivers playing Sunday?
Listen, I'm fascinated to watch because it's almost like sometimes, it's like on a highway when there's like a big accident, everyone's want to look at it and see, wow, what's going on over there. But I'm scared to death for Phillip Rivers, man. I am scared to death. Like, this is, to be honest with you, Don, this is disrespectful to the game of football. To think a guy 44 years old who hadn't played in 5 years can go out here at this juncture in the season and just play football on the highest of levels. Think how arrogant you have to be as a person to think, I can just get up off the couch without playing in 5 years and go out here, and play at the highest level. Not only play at the highest level, but he's playing the Seattle Seahawks.
I know. That's the part
for people who don't watch the Seahawks out here, the Seattle Seahawks has one of the best defenses in the league. Like, their pass rush is a menace. And so we're about to see this whole thing, and I'm just truly fascinated to watch it.
Now, do you think – see, the Rivers part doesn't surprise me because football player – I get how players think they can ball, though I'm watching some throws here from practice today, and he may change his mind. But I don't know. To me, it's almost the Shane Steichen thing that bothers me more. Like, I get that's your man, but that's really – you really think that's the best way to have your players believe in this team? That, to me, surprises me even more than the player thinking he can do it.
It just goes to show the desperation of this whole operation right now. I mean, think about it. Think about what's transpired this year. You traded 2 first-round picks in the Sauce Gardner trade. The reason you did that, part of the reason you did that, obviously to get Sauce Gardner, who, by the way, is injured. Mm-hmm. But the bigger point was you push your chips in on Daniel Jones. And so Daniel Jones is going to be out probably until next year sometime. And so, like, now your organization, you're in free for all because you've lost 4 straight games, I believe. You're falling behind the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Houston Texans are right there, and now your best recourse is to call a 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. Like, that reeks of desperation and people trying to save their jobs.
Well, Damien, you brought it today. You did not see Napoleon Dynamite, but you brought the ruckus today.
I never will.
And no, I think how about this? By the top of January, can we consider a review? Can we actually realistically get a review of Napoleon Dynamite?
We can absolutely do that. Like I said, the holiday season, it's crazy. I blame Hallmark. I blame Hallmark for all these movies and listen, I can't win the battle with the wife. That's just not going to happen. I'm just trying to, keep my head above water with these movies, and
we all are.
I'll be able to get Napoleon Dynamite in.
Yeah, A Crown for Christmas is not exactly the movie you want to be, sitting through instead of Napoleon Dynamite.
But it's where we are.
But it's unfortunately, this is where we are.
Damien, thank you, friend.
All right, thank you, guys.
Guys, by the way, I just literally...
It's a real thing, by the way.
I thought I saw a throw from Phillip Rivers on Twitter, and it's a gag that people are posting of Pete Carroll in practice throwing balls.
He's 70.
Yo, and the funniest one that I just saw, there are all these things about Phillip Rivers, and there's one that I see that says Phillip Rivers about to cook on Sunday, and it has a picture of someone wearing the Colts jersey. It says Phillip Rivers, blah, blah, blah. Like, it looks like a fantasy thing. But it's Joe Biden wearing a Phillip Rivers jersey.
Oh, no.
But I still want to remind people that the famous Y.A. Tittle picture, he's younger than Phillip Rivers.
And that's like the sign of, like, when it's over. Yeah, it's your Tittle.
But yeah, he looks like he's 67 years old. I think he was like 38.
It's like that famous photo.
It's your Tittle.
He looks, 65 years old.
I got to find out his exact age.
All right, let's get to break so we can talk to some people before ENN. We'll do that next right here on DHR.
Listen up, football fans. You and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right, pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/125 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
ESPN New York is throwing a holiday party you don't want to miss. Join us this Friday at your mother's house in Garden City. We'll be broadcasting the Michael K. Show live from 1 to 3, followed by Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg from 3 to 7, all while supporting a great cause. Bring a toy to benefit the Garden of Dreams Foundation and help make the season brighter for local kids in need. It's the ESPN New York Holiday Party this Friday, brought to you by Spiked Aid, Security Dodge, Amazon Pickup, and ESPN New York.
Now, I encourage everyone.
Oh, wait for it, Don. Wait for it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Now
go ahead. Sorry.
In the famous photo of Y.A. Tittle in Pittsburgh.
You Tittle.
He's 38 years old. But so everybody can feel like they can participate, and Peter, you as well, and Alan, go to Wikipedia and check out Y.A. Tittle. And if you go to Y.A. Tittle on his Wikipedia page, his picture is a football card of when he was a 49er. So let's just assume, for sake of argument, it's his last year as a Niner, and it was taken in the summer going into the season at training camp. That picture that you're looking at is of a 33-year-old man.
Absolutely wild.
No chance. It had to be the bacon and cigarettes and scotch.
It's a different era.
It like just those three things that dominated men's lives from the 40s up until the 70s. That has to be the reason.
It has to be, because you look at any baseball player in his 30s from like the 50s and 60s, their faces look like catcher's mitts. They're
no, it's a different time.
I don't know if it's all
can't
sun.
We don't understand. We can't.
That could be a 2, right? There's no.
Because I look at Peter. Peter's a really good-looking guy.
Thanks.
Right? Very well put together.
I try.
And he's a 46-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
And you're telling me, and Peter's also someone follically challenged like Y.A.
Yeah, me and you Tittle have that in common.
And that I look at Peter now, and then I look at the picture of a 33-year-old Y.A. Tittle, and I say,
it's insane.
It makes no sense.
No
that
sense.
Peter is 13 years older than he is in that picture.
Can you send the picture to the group?
It's something.
That is insane. I see things like that all the time, and I go, no way. I don't think I'm just seeing myself that way. I really look younger than these people who were in their 30s back then. It's crazy. All right, let's talk to the people.
Yes.
Dave's been on hold for a long time. Dave, what do you got?
For taking my call.
Of course.
Always.
I want an opinion on this subject that's just scrambling in my head now that you guys mentioned Burrow, the Mets are cleaning house, some of the big deals in New York team history where guys just never seem to work out. Outside of Messier to the Rangers and Jackson to the Yankees, this is a heavy jacket to wear in New York. It doesn't matter how talented you are. So when I look at a guy like Burrow, who mentioned retirement before this recent press conference, who hinted at kind of checking out already from the NFL, do you trust the Jets organization to really vet this guy? Meaning, I think they should have a shrink in the room when they start talking about making a deal to make him a Jet. Because these guys talk a big game and their numbers look great. But when they put this jacket on, when they're on that disastrous turf out there in New Jersey, and they're trying to play and they're dealing with these New York fans, all that other stuff goes out the window. All these cigars and all this other stuff. I mean, are we vetting these guys properly before we bring them in here?
All I'll say is this. I believe there's less desperation from Muji and Glenn than there was with Douglas and Saleh when they made the deal for Wilson. I think they saw they were up against it. They drafted a quarterback second overall. It blew up in their face, and they were trying to save their jobs. I don't get that from these guys. I think they're on stable ground. Glenn's in the first year of a 5-year contract. I'm not saying they can't screw it up, guys, but I think it comes from a less desperate place than it did when they went out to try to get Rodgers. And of course, I think they're going to vet him. It could still blow up in their face, but they're not going to be all giddy and hand them the key to the city the way they did with Rodgers.
I'm with you, Don. Like that's why I said earlier when we did have the Burrow conversation, what did I say? I said you better know everything. You've got to be doing your due diligence now. But I mean, Joe Douglas didn't get desperate until he realized that he whiffed on Zach Wilson.
Right.
Yeah,
then he got desperate.
Yeah, that was a big whiff. Let's go to Reese in Syracuse. Hey, Reese, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for taking my call.
Of course.
I just had a quick thought. I'm a lifelong Jets fan. Follow the team pretty quickly, and I just feel like all of these conversations about Joe Burrow, it's just kind of a Band-Aid because they're not dealing with how dysfunctional the organization is and fixing it. They're just trying to get all these Band-Aids, and that just always ends in disaster.
But that's not a Band-Aid when you get a franchise quarterback in his prime. A Band-Aid is getting a north of 40-year-old quarterback.
Right. That's your Band-Aid. To be fair,
It's
Reese,
true, but he
sometimes
is
that's
very accident-prone, and there's a lot of things with the Jets and the turf and everything, so it's just kind of...
Understood.
I hear that.
All I'm saying is that when the way out of purgatory in the NFL is when you find the quarterback. And that's one way or another. And that's, I think, what we're trying to do here. He's in his prime. Everybody seems to be really afraid, though, of the injury history, which most of it is related to the fact that he's not well protected on the field.
Right.
And
but this offensive line
and then,
hasn't
of
been
course,
an
the
issue.
turf keeps coming up with the Jets.
Like that's supposed to change in 28. I don't you think you change the
Can we do
turf
a little
if Joe Burrow asks you to?
Please. What do you want to play on, Joe? Sport court? We'll do it. I don't care whatever he wants to play on, we'll play on.
Listen,
My
I
God.
appreciate Reese. She's a Jets fan. She's damaged. I get it. But you can't have that old, don't take a quarterback. First of all, they'll screw it up.
Well,
don't trade for a quarterback, they'll screw it up.
Don,
Like if
that's
you always
how
think
a
they're going
Jet
to
fan
screw it up,
feels.
then you're never getting out.
I know. That's how a Jet fan feels. That every time you make a swing, it's not going to work out, which is, I think, why so many fans just want to draft the quarterback and hope it turns into the stud you've been waiting for.
Kind of tried that, didn't they?
Well, they did not do it well.
In fact, as bad, Peter, as bad as it went with Rodgers, they've gotten it way more wrong in the draft.
Oh my God, yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know how you could get it. Well, yeah, at least they got 1 year from Rodgers where he played serviceable quarterbacks, which is better than Wilson, who really never gave him a full year of serviceable anything. Let's go to Marco in North Carolina. Hey, Marco.
What's up?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good,
Before
man.
I get to my point, I wanted to be that guy on a Thursday. And I have a big problem with what happened yesterday with Frank from Massapequa and the fact that he basically physically threatened you to fight you. I would like to see if he had stones to go and say that to Bart Scott. Not that I'm not thinking that you would whoop his ass, but
Listen, he's a Long Island guy. We're going to be in Long Island tomorrow. Let's see.
Yeah, but for Joe Burrow, I'm completely the opposite of the last two people that call. If there is, as Woody said, there is a way to go and get Burrow, go get him. 4, 5, 6. Give him the entire draft of 2026. I don't care. He's a generational talent. He won out of Cincinnati. And to be honest, he comes behind our line with Garrett Wilson and Brees, if they're going to bring him back. And it's going to give him movement. And guys, he's better. He wants to be in New York. He's better be in New York. Financially, it will make sense for him to be in New York.
Something I've said a lot, but never meant it in this way. I love Marco.
Marco, you're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
I look forward to the drop of It's Going to Give Me Movement.
Yeah, come out to come. Where did he say he was from?
I don't know, but come out.
North Carolina.
I don't care.
Get on a plane.
We need you. That was something right there. He brought it, man. Listen, we still have a couple people on hold, but we'll get to them after ENN.
We promise.
We'll do some last call crew and talk to everybody about everything. But right now, we take a break and come back with ENN right here on Don Hahn Rosenberg.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry, Terry.
Keep awkwardly
Terry,
chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. Get home safe and quick. We're going to start off in Jersey. Devils are home tonight at the Rock in Newark. Can't catch a break on 21 southbound. A new crash over by Market Street. Packed ride heading over to the Prudential Center from before 280. We've got an issue on 287 southbound right after the state line in Mahwah. Big accident with a car facing the wrong way. 2 lanes are down. Jammed there and backed up onto the thruway in Rockland County. Inbound George about 15 to 24. The upper deck, lower level in pretty good shape. All of your purchase, the outbound side are terrible. Cross Bronx westbound at a standstill from the Bruckner on through. Outbound Lincoln already about 30 to 40. Outbound Hull now close to an hour. Islanders home at the UBS Arena. Bumper to bumper on the Cross Island southbound in Queens. Heavy delays heading over to Hempstead Turnpike from right after the Throgs Neck Bridge. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
If your car is out of warranty, one major repair bill could wipe you out. Just ask Ludacris.
Car breakdowns can wreck your wallet. Without Endurance, a worn-out timing belt could cost you $1,700. A busted transmission, that's $4,000 easy. An engine meltdown, $7,000. But if you've got Endurance, you could never pay out of pocket for a car repair again. With Endurance, your car's most expensive parts are covered. Plus, you pick the mechanic you trust to do the work. With Endurance, your rate stays the same no matter how many claims you file.
If your car is under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered with unlimited miles. Plus, your plan includes 24/7 roadside assistance anywhere in the country. Choose the name Ludacris trusts, Endurance. Right now, get $300 off any plan, plus a year of elite benefits, a $2,000 value, free. All backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. For your free quote, call 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958. 800-431-8958.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hey now. In the words of Pam Oliver.
Hey now.
Hey now.
We're still going to do that tomorrow, no?
You bet your ace. Kidding me?
That'll be great live.
Oh, the live announcer lineup? Nothing like it. Now, I'd like to start off to ENN tonight. First of all, welcome to ENN.
Hello.
Hi. I'd like to start off by saying good evening to Don.
Why am I excluded?
I'd also like to say good evening to Alan.
I peeked and I liked what I saw. Oh, God, that's
a clean day.
We got to delete that.
And let me say good evening to Marco.
It's going to give me movement.
That, you know what? In Drop Madness, caller bracket, that might.
Oh, that's got to be one.
That's a 1 seed.
Nether region. It's not a 1 seed.
No, not a 1 seed, but
that's not a 1 seed.
Movement.
No, a 1 seed. Are you out of your gourd?
It may not even make the top 5.
Yeah, come on.
Well, it's definitely going to make the tournament.
No, I said top 5 in the Nether
By the way,
region.
You know what? Refresh my memory. Once again.
How about this?
I'm off today. I'm a little off today.
First thing I'm seeing that you're telling me it's getting ahead of this.
Good.
What, Peter?
Come on.
Yeah.
What about
Route 2.
I don't even know what it's called.
I guess I
you
like
got to
Griffin
remember
so much.
I mean, you just got to remember these things. Sorry, it's going to be.
I called up. I
No,
was
yeah.
not
All right.
high.
You made your point. Damn it.
No, it's not. No, it's
You
not.
showed me
I personally favor, if I were to pick a 1 seed right now, I believe it's.
Take it off.
Yeah.
Take it all off.
I mean, that is epic.
A cutoff is going to have to happen. Me and Jacob
Sure.
already discussed with
Sure.
Richard and Griffin. Like, it's gonna not. You're gonna lose some.
Yeah, it can't be flooded.
Richard
with just two.
Hi, Richard.
We can't put too many in the same conference. We're not the college football playoff here, okay?
No, somebody's got to be Notre Dame, though.
Somebody has, and let me tell you, there will be a Notre Dame, no doubt. Although next year, they've already got an agreement in place that if they're in the top 12, they will be in the college football playoff no matter what.
There you go.
There you go.
By the way, don't forget this for the Nether region.
Maya, can you say mama? Maya's actually knocked herself probably out and back in.
Yeah.
Because, like, her first words and then mama is pretty big.
Yeah, Mama's good.
Like, that was there, and it was going to make it. It was going to be a low seed.
I don't see Mama in my other one. I just see the Mama straw, which is also classic.
Listen, you're going to have some work to do pretty soon because March is.
No, it's around the corner.
Well, no, we've gotten
great.
everything from up until last week in terms of are they even qualifiers. Now we have to break it down to 16 each and then rank them.
Oh, and by the way, Don, do not forget this. This was this year, too.
And I know Zach Zarba. He was the crew chief. He's a Brooklyn guy. He used to call games at the Jewish Center on Eastern Parkway.
That's the Sun Belt champion that's making
come
it.
on. They're making the dance.
I got to
for
tell you,
sure.
The one thing I remember, I always told you, time flies until you hit Jan 1.
And then it
And then it's going to be a long time before.
It's a slog.
January 2nd when we come back, and then March.
Not to mention
the last
Definitely
6
making
months fly by. The first 6 months are a crawl.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Peter, I'm not going to tell you what to do here.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But we have Biff Poggi audio.
Oh, I'm getting there. Come on.
It's just.
Yeah,
it's,
you know.
By the way,
we just don't want
Biff
because I'm only
Poggi
here very limited
video,
time.
Visual.
Oh.
That one photo that has floated around that ESPN used.
2 deuces.
My God.
Now, do you?
I think he's a D cup.
I don't want to get into your creative process.
That's not nice.
I don't want to get into your creative process.
Yeah.
But do you want to make him a part of your kicking bit?
Well, hold on.
Or do you want to
Let's
create your
we
own
gotta
character?
We got to allow this to just unfold. We're going to see. I got to hear him first. Let me say good evening to Maya.
She talking?
Mama? Wait, she said mama.
All right, let's get into ENN right now. Biff Poggi, interim coach at Michigan.
I'm going to eat some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream with my wife and smoke a Cuban cigar and then probably go to the hospital.
A cigar.
Wait.
Michigan,
Donnie, a
money
cigar.
line.
Cigar.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm going to eat some Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream with my wife and smoke a Cuban cigar and then probably go to the hospital.
Cigar is like almost similar to motorcycle.
A cigar, boys. A cigar.
I tried to tell you guys yesterday about my my cousin Biff, my cousin-in-law, and I'm frankly surprised.
You're married into this.
I'm surprised. I got to tell you, I'm frankly surprised it wasn't a drop when I told you what happened to him. When I told you the fact that this man lost his tongue in a cockfight. That talking you just heard from my cousin-in-law Biff, that came from a surgically reconstructed tongue.
Was yours surgically reconstructed?
And the Haagen-Dazs, he's not wrong about the Haagen-Dazs.
Haagen-Dazs.
I love it. No, I love a Haagen-Dazs. Coffee chip, mint chocolate chip,
Rocky Road,
Swiss almond. No, I like the Swiss almond. That's a very nice one. But you're going to see some things, some different looks, some different phases that me and Biff been working out over the weekend. We were on a Zoomer yesterday.
A Zoomer?
Chatting each other up. Yeah, well, cause a lot of people think that we're not caught up on the technology, but we have the Zoomer. And we're on there, me and Biff, and he's having his Haagen-Dazs, and I'm having mine, having a conversation. The kids are all there together. It's hard to hear with all the kids talking and the dogs barking and the dogs throwing up and the gerbils and the hamsters and the guinea pigs having sex. There's so much happening.
Why gerbils?
What's the dog's name again?
Rosifers is very loud. There's a whole lot happening, but I guarantee you, when you see what we do this weekend, playbook-wise, we're going to open things up. I got Zubaz pants, size 48. And I sent them over to Biff, and I said, you wear these, good luck charm. And he said, I already have pants, but I'm going to wear them under my pants.
Size 48.
Size 48 Zubars.
That was low-key funny. Okay.
Jamar Chase was asked about Joe Burrow.
Uh-oh. And he said, I don't care.
Jamar,
we don't care.
Do you think Joe Burrow loves football?
I thought this was an AI. I'm not. Did this really happen though? That's real.
Yes. Well, it depends on what you saw.
I don't really know nothing about it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's something.
You might have seen something that we're not.
I mean, but like I've seen a little bit from the TV walking outside from practice, and then like I turned my eyes, but I don't know nothing about it. At the end of the day, I see him the same every day. To me, he loves football. You know what I'm saying? But that's a him question. I can't answer that for him.
All right, a little further. Of course, you know the media. Even if they hear
concern there, didn't he?
Even if they hear that you didn't watch and you don't know what he said, follow up here. More thoughts on the Joe Burrow situation.
Honestly, nothing's wrong with a little emotion at the end of the day, especially coming back from an injury. The man loves the game. I think he loves the game. From what I've learned from him also at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So I can't really say what he feels at the end of the day, but from what I see, man, he seems the same every day. Comes to work ready to play, comes to practice, the same guy. He helps me every day.
I'm good too. He has the level of emotion of like a separated, like you're in a separated marriage. The emotion there is just like, it's not there. Like
you're being that guy.
There's no emotion there.
Don, you don't think Alan's reading in a little too much here?
No, seriously, that's emotional abandonment right there.
I think you're reaching.
Really?
Well, but again,
you don't hear any this.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
nothing.
What's he supposed to do? You want to hit a TO? That's my quarterback. What's he going to say? He didn't even know what the story was.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now,
is that what it is?
He might be lying, and you're fair to have that opinion if he's lying. But if he really didn't see it, then to answer questions on it, I mean, how is he supposed to know? Does he love football? Yeah, from what I see, he loves football. I mean, he didn't see what he said. He just saw, like, walking in the hallway, saw he was emotional, but I don't know.
Okay. I mean, they go back now. Remember.
Oh, there's some stuff there.
They go back. You would think that if anybody was going to come up and be like, guys, like he's just going through something. He's good. We got his back. Like it's up to us to make him feel good. None of that. Just like I don't. Like, yeah, I get it. Like I learned something from him. He likes football. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm sorry.
That was so monotone.
Don, you know what it is sometimes? I don't know if you know this, but Alan used to be a beat reporter in the newspaper. And I think he has that, like,
no,
the reporter, I'm pulling something out. There's something to write about here.
Pulling something out.
He didn't.
No, that's the smoke where there's smoke, there's fire thing. I'm into that. But that's
not a lot
seriously,
of smoke.
Peter, that is the tone of the girl that at the end of the summer told you, we're done, I'm going back to school.
No, trust me, it was
that's
worse.
exactly what that is. You told that story.
It sounded worse when I heard it.
And you were like, wait, what? We're done? Like, yeah.
I disagree. I'm gonna give Jamar the benefit of the doubt, and I think Joe's just being that guy. I think he's being that guy Thursday, and he'll end up in Cincinnati.
Let's see who wins this one. This will be interesting.
Yeah, because it seems
you
like
and I are definitely opposite.
It seems like Damien Woody's with you. He thinks it's very serious. So I think he ends up back there, and it ends up being like he was in a bad mood, feeling a little moody, feeling a little sorry for himself. Now, guys, this is big news. Someone, I want to give them a shout out, Matt Farrell, sent us, I'm going to forward it here to Anthony. Or actually, Anthony, you can log into that email, can't you? The DHR?
The bingo card?
The bingo card.
I did see this last night.
You saw it also?
Yes.
Where'd you see it?
Where'd you see it? I didn't see it.
So
we've gotten a lot of bingo cards, by the way.
Oh, can we share some?
And Nazareth Tabone, who usually makes the bingo cards, she's got one.
Okay.
I think I saw the same one that Don saw on social media. Now this one I have not seen.
So he has a couple of pages worth of bingo here. I guess he did this for both shows. Because it includes, this is weird, it includes Kay talks about Rick. But I guess that's because maybe it's presumed Kay will be on our show.
Or he talks about Rick every time he's on our show.
Right. So here's some of the things he has on here. If any drop that has won a Drop Madness plays, Hahn acts jealous of Michael K. Don aces a transition into a read.
Okay.
Any sort of sexual innuendo drop.
All right.
K roasting me. Don rant or drop from past rant. Someone getting the exit music. Alan talks about being a beat reporter.
Oh.
Then he just has one that says analytics ? Blood in the ground. Mention of dogs or kids. Someone triggers the Beastie Boys drop. This is pretty good. Peter brings up the Commanders. I don't want to say must win, but fat joke about Carlin. This isn't bad.
No.
Yeah.
Some of them will get you hammered.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them, you get a drink or two out of it.
A caller attacks Peter. Winning is the best deodorant. That's a very.
But that's a K.
That's a K. But yeah, we've taken it on. But it's a K.
I don't remember any of us saying that.
Sorry doesn't fix the lamp. Another
That's
K.
not ours.
Yeah, he just applied this. How about what does it look like? What does it look like? It's a good one.
I thought of one that isn't on there that should be. And I say it a lot.
All right.
Is both could be true.
Both. You say a lot of both could be true.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as much as blood in the ground. All right, here's another one that CJ sent. Maybe it's not as pretty, but maybe the choices are better. He has Richard from Manhattan call. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. That is still a Michaelism.
That's a Michaelism. Yeah.
But no, you do say that. It happens.
But people say it. But
That's what I'm saying.
Not frequently. It was said frequently by Michael.
Well, this isn't fair. This one will get someone wasted immediately. Don flicks his pen while talking.
Yeah, that's a cheat code. That's the
Don,
alcoholics version.
Don, this one's not this one. Alan talks for at least a minute straight.
Oh, that's hurtful.
Listen, the matcha.
Also,
the matcha just does it.
Yeah, if the matcha kicks in,
it's over.
Alan reminds us he was a beat writer.
All right, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow at
Have a good
your
call,
mother's
Donnie.
house.
Oh, we'll see you at your mother's house.
I love both of you equally.
Thank you. Peter says, like you dream about. Insert time in the big city. I'm good. Alan says, quote, like I said. You know what? That's an underrated one. You do say like I said.
Well, because I say things and nobody hears them, so I have to repeat them.
Reference to a quarter zip. Gives you movement. This one's really up to date. I like this one.
Gives you movement is becoming it's made a run.
It's getting movement.
It's getting movement is getting movement.
It's gonna give me movement.
He's a Ram, Charger, Raven. Us saying that. A strange pull of an athlete name. Of course, that's fair to be in there. You got to have that. It's new, but it's perfect. Tonka truck. You hear the play-out music for a bad caller. Peter says by hook or by crook. See, that's a good call. That is a very new. This is a listener.
That.
No, I do it. I know I do it. That's a listener who pays attention.
Yep,
I will pull a by hook or by crook.
Okay.
They can be had. Of course, a good Don LeGrecism.
Yeah.
Cut off your nose to spite your face. I've been a Yankee fan since blank, and one of the hosts name drops. I think that one is a more playable card than the first one, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But we're going to figure it out by go time tomorrow, and then everyone can play along. And when we say bingo, we really mean just drink.
Yeah, when you hear it.
Yeah, of course.
It doesn't mean that you have to get like 5 in a row. It's just when you hear it, raise a glass and let her.
Get a spiked date, have a good time.
That's right. Well done,
Definitely
Anthony. Well done, Anthony. Always remembering. Anthony's so good at doing these things, you think he'd ever see $1 from one of the brands that he helps protect.
Or at least a hat.
Could someone give the man a spiked date hat, for God's sake?
He won't take either.
Yeah, he'd be like, I'm worthless. I don't deserve a hat.
So bad.
Anthony, what size jacket do you wear?
That's a good question.
Okay, we'll work on it.
We'll work on that.
Why did just out of curiosity?
Why is it a good question?
Yeah, you'd think there'd be an answer to it.
It's really not a good question.
And by the way, it doesn't even have to be your exact sport coat, like suit size.
That's what I was thinking you were going for there.
What's just like your regular, you go to a store, what are you looking at?
Medium, large, somewhere in the middle?
Okay, maybe a large.
Medium, large?
Medium or large?
You think he's more like a medium, don't you?
I don't know. I guess so. Not good.
See? Nobody knows.
Why is
You should know.
Yeah, you should know. But let me ask you a question, Jacob. Why today did you put the Heyman audio on my screen? Is that right?
I put it as another one that everyone forgets is probably going to take a run in the nether region.
Well, this was an interesting day because Alan and Don were gone?
No, I think Alan was here.
Alan,
What happened?
Alan, were you here for Paul Heyman? Were you like out of studio? But I think it was just me.
I think it was just you. I don't think.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was solo, I think, and this is what happened.
Interesting.
Asshole from New York. I'm not supposed to say that.
No. It's okay. We got it.
It's all good.
But yeah, but we're live radio.
I can't say asshole.
No,
Ty
don't
was
say it again.
here.
We're going to run out of dump time.
Ty,
yes. But that's a bad word. That's one of the words.
Asshole's a bad word.
Stop. Forgot about that.
That's actually phenomenal.
Yeah, just Chris cursing 3 times on live radio.
And he
Thank
knew
you.
exactly what he was doing, which made it even funnier.
For your ace.
All right, let's get to some E&N stories, shall we? We haven't talked.
Why start now? It's 6:19.
Good point. Now, Sharon Moore, former Michigan football coach, he remains in custody as we speak as a suspect in an alleged assault. He's expected to be arraigned tomorrow. Now, the prosecutor's office told ESPN that it does not expect a decision Thursday, which is today, on whether to file criminal charges against Moore. Authorities have yet to release details about his arrest, just saying he's under investigation. Pittsfield police released a statement Wednesday night saying they responded at 4:10 p.m. to the 3000th block of Ann Arbor Saline Road for the purposes of investigating an alleged assault. A suspect in this case was taken into custody. This incident does not appear to be random in nature. There appears to be no ongoing threat to the community. Is it me, Alan, or when you read the stuff from the case, respectfully, do you hear a police department that is so not used to having a big news story and is very excited to try to reveal whatever they can, even though they can't yet say anything?
You mean leakage?
Yeah, they're just well, we can't say anything yet, but there is something. We'll let you know as soon as we have more.
I think it's just because it's
so big.
Such a giant story for them in that area.
I mean, come on. Yeah, this isn't NYPD.
It's what they care about, right? Now, I'm trying to find another resource here because a friend of mine sent a link to a reporter who said that the AD's also been fired.
Are you seeing that? Well, let's see if there's
a lot going on there.
Well, what's going to be interesting is it does seem clear that there was some sort of inappropriate relationship going on with someone who worked for the team.
Yes.
If that is in fact true, and that's where the origin of this issue, unquestionably other people knew. And if other people knew, other heads will probably roll.
Okay, I just can confirm another report. So there's a couple of reports now saying that
don't get sports pickled. Are these legitimate places?
I'm checking, I'm looking at different people who are college football or college reporters that are saying that he's going to be fired or is fired. And a lot of it, USA Today did a whole story about him, Ward Manuel, who I guess has kind of let a lot of things go. And so I guess he's considered part of the problem there.
This feels like it's not going great. If I'm going to jump out, I'm going to step out all the way onto the ledge here because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm willing to say things that other people aren't. I don't think this is going great for Sharon Moore.
What a take! That's your best take of the day.
Yeah, I'm here to say it. And how about this? I don't think he's getting the job back. Take it a step further. I don't think he's getting another job anytime soon. You ready for that? What do you make of that?
Anytime soon?
Well, listen, you never know what's going to play out here. It seems really bad.
Well, how about this part? So Nicole Auerbach, who's working for NBC Sports now, Michigan had been alerted prior to Wednesday that Sharon Moore was dealing with mental health issues, yet Board Manuel fired him alone with no HR rep and no security present, according to a source. So there's a lot going on that's showing you that everything happening there it's just a complete disaster. Like, seriously, this is a blank show, as you know.
Yeah, no, it is. This is really, yeah, it's all the things, and none of them are what you want. Steelers star pass rusher T.J. Watt is at a local hospital for a lung evaluation.
This is
after he experienced discomfort at the practice facility Wednesday, and his status for the game against the Dolphins, which is a big game, is now in question, according to a spokesman. He was experiencing some discomfort at the facility, so we took him to the docs, go through for some procedures, stayed overnight. The interesting part to me that I guess worries me a tiny bit is the staying overnight part, you know?
Well, they probably wanted to evaluate, right? So you want to keep an eye on him, but that's a serious thing. Like, and you don't know, like, did he take a hit and now he's only starting to feel the effects now? Like, that's scary.
Yeah, you don't want to hear lungs generally at all, but you also never know with football, right? It could be a big hit that.
Yeah, and you didn't feel it at first, and then all of a sudden you start to feel it. But that's very scary.
That'll do it for ENN on this Thursday evening. Now, tomorrow's going to be a very special ENN live in front of you all at your mother's house. Alan's resting up today big time. How are you feeling right now physically?
I could use a nap, but yeah, I just want to be at close to 100% for tomorrow. So that's why today has been a big help.
So you're gonna power through.
Power through, yeah.
All right, we're gonna take calls now on every single subject. Last call crew 1-800-919-3776. You call right now on any subject. You talk to myself and Alan Hahn, and we'll take it up till 7:00 right here on Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
Hey, it's Michael Kay talking to you about my friends at PC Richard & Son. They're local, family-owned, and I trust them, and you can too. Right now, save on all holiday gifts for everyone on your list. And with their holiday price guarantee, your price is protected. If the price goes lower from now through December 24th, they will match it. You can't beat it. Plus, you get fast and free delivery. PC Richard & Son, the company you could trust for over 116 years. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At Garden City Mazda, exceptional design and sophisticated performance come together. During the Mazda More to Move You sales event, lease the 2025 Mazda CX-5 for $229 a month for 33 months. Or the 2025 Mazda CX-50 for $239 a month for 33 months. Both with $49.95 due at signing. It's the Mazda More to Move You sales event at Garden City Mazda. At Garden City Mazda, expect the exceptional.
The holidays are here, and Amazon Pickup is your MVP of package pickup. Need that perfect gift like a brand new jersey for the big game? With Amazon Pickup, you can grab your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule at no extra cost. It's fast, it's easy, and it keeps your holiday surprises tucked safely away. So whether you're running from work or heading to the holiday party, Amazon Pickup makes holiday shopping worry-free. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
ZipRecruiter.
Bet 365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
1-800-919-3776 is the phone number. If you want to get down with the last call crew, we'll talk to you about any subject on the table from here until 7 o'clock. So get in right now. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
It's Tully time.
It's Tully time. Devils Lightning at 7. Don on the call. Islanders Ducks at 7. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Alan, you ready to talk to the people?
I know Jose's been waiting.
You want to get to him? All right, we're going to get to Jose. But whatever the subject is, you get in right now. Last call crew up till 7 o'clock. We start with Jose in Beacon, home of Mindy Rosenberg originally. How are you, Jose?
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you guys doing today?
Good, buddy.
Can you hear me? I'm good.
Oh, sure we can.
Crystal clear.
I'm clear. If you give me 120 seconds, I got to get off my flowers and then my point. Am I good?
Go for it. Oh, that's
okay.
We'll see how it
Mr.
goes.
LaGreca, Mr. LaGreca, I'm sorry you're not here. My first chance to tell you congratulations on the Devils job. You're living out a dream. You're doing a great job. I'm in Devils purgatory. Thank you. Go Devils. Right. Let's get it, right? Okay. Mr. Rosenberg,
Thanks.
let's go. WWE,
Thank you.
ESPN, let's get it.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
You're doing an outstanding job. Hip-hop, we're running the world, okay?
Thank you.
3 to the head like Mello. Cool?
Mello?
I'm not running the clock, but I know I'm running short on time. Okay? All right.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Mr. Hahn, let's go, Knicks. You were right on Shador. Let's get it. I'm doing the thing right now.
You really
What
are.
Shador does with his wrist, okay?
All right.
I'm really doing it like it's up in the air, okay?
Okay.
So back to my point. Why is it so? I'm sorry, Mr. Rosenberg.
Yeah.
This is my first time to give you congratulations on Maya and Zayden.
Oh, thank you.
Get it.
Thank you very much. This is
Two
very
birds
sweet.
in one stone. 2 birds in one stone, right? 2 birds in one stone.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I hope he's healthy. Let's get 2026. Okay. Mr. Hahn, go Knicks. You were right on Shador. Am I wrong for thinking that the Jets should really shoot for Mr. Burrow or Primetime Sun? I want to know why that's wrong to think that way, and what is it that you guys think is better? Period. I'm ready to listen. God bless you all. Happy holidays. God bless you. Love you all. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah.
Yo,
But he had been waiting a while, so I'm sure he.
Yeah,
you know,
he was.
after a
That
while,
was
it just starts to
whoa.
affect the brain. That was a Ferris wheel of compliments, and I'll take it.
Yeah,
but
it was something.
I also, I'm trying to figure out. Is he saying what would you rather? Would you rather do?
I think the question was
there?
If you have the opportunity, this is what I'm interpreting as I got off the Ferris wheel and stopped spinning. If you had the opportunity for Burrow or Shador, which would you choose?
Oh my God!
And I don't really
interesting.
know if that's a question.
Come on.
Other than you don't want to give up all the picks and you'll go with like the young guy. But if we're talking about who's got a better chance of getting you a chance to win right away,
again. If you're telling me I could have both, like door number 1, door number 2, which door do I want to pick? Yeah, I'm going to pick Burrow. Yeah, 100%.
There's no. Respectfully, it's an insane question. The ramblings of a lunatic. A lovely guy, but the ramblings of a lunatic. I mean, this is Joe Burrow is as good as it gets, just about. I mean, I would say it's.
In his defense, Jose has been waiting a good solid. He's called several times, had to hang up, called back, and so finally got through. So
current Rosenberg quarterback power rankings in the world, I'd say.
Let's
put
hear it.
Number 1
Yep.
would be, in spite of everything, it's number 15 from Kansas City.
Of course.
Number 2 is number 17 from Buffalo.
Okay, it's a good one.
Number 3 is number 9 from Cincinnati.
Yeah, close 3. I might even say
he's right
T2.
I would say not quite that.
No?
No, well, Josh doesn't get hurt. He just doesn't get hurt.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big one.
But my guy wins. A lot.
Who's your guy?
Burrow.
Burrow's my guy. I put Burrow ahead of Mahomes 2 years ago. If you don't recall.
I know you did.
Happened on the show.
Right now you don't have him there.
I don't.
The boy is mine. You going to fight over him?
Yeah, no, we're not going to fight over him. I love Burrow, but I have him at 3. I feel comfortable.
By the way, but okay.
I feel comfortable. Yeah, Girl Is Mine's awful. We talked about that on Hot today.
You know what? Didn't you and I have this about?
Yeah, but you had a terrible take in there that I disrespect.
I know, but it just putting it where you put it on the album.
Well,
let's not go there.
No. The only issue I had with you that I disagree with is that I like Baby Me Mine. The problem is that he goes back to back with Girl Is Mine, which is terrible.
Terrible. The Girl Is Mine.
Thriller, which while it's fun and I enjoy it, it's novelty. You don't want to hear it every day. And then he has Beat It, which just like hasn't aged well at all. It's like, who wants to hear Beat It?
You know, I'll tell you what.
No one wants to hear Beat It.
I might have in my younger days fought you on that, but I have to tell you that I have to agree.
Yeah.
That Beat It does not.
Does nothing for you.
I skip that song now.
Yeah, you do.
I used to love that. I skip it.
When it came out, I was 4 years old. It was my favorite song. I had a Beat It watch that played it. I had the shirt. I had everything.
Beat It.
And
you
now,
were all about that.
And of course, by the way, it's kind of the theme of the show. Speaking of strange polls, I now feel like Beat It was intended for like white 4-year-olds like myself. It was literally like, you're gonna like this song. Yeah. Now you have no use for it. However, when you get away from those 3 on the album, it's masterful.
Oh my God, yes.
But
Absolutely
that
true.
3, no, Michael, she's really mine.
Oh God.
I mean,
right. We're not going to fight about this, okay? Like, yeah, if we did, I'd kick your ass.
And by the
That would have
way,
been funnier if he actually said that instead of "I'm a lover, not a fighter." If he said to him,
I'll kick your ass. I'll kick you. That'd be really fun. And by the way, someone made a great point. Paul McCartney actually speaks to the problem of the song on the song.
How?
When on the album, when on the ad-libs, he goes, "I don't believe you." It's like, well, neither do we. But don't call it out. We're living in a dream.
That's tremendous.
He calls it out. He goes, "I don't believe you." Why would you say that?
Peter, one day in our lives, before we're both dead, we need to do a serious podcast of you and I breaking down certain songs based on the lyrics.
That would be fun. By the way,
I would have so much fun doing
By
that.
the way, I say feel free to bring a couple tomorrow. Because, I mean, honestly, look, my biggest issue...
Christmas songs. Oh, holiday song. I'm sorry, I did it again. Holiday song.
No, they're Christmas songs. Come on, there's no
There
other
are holiday
no
songs
other
that-
holidays are included except for the Hanukkah song.
Well, the whole "Baby It's Cold Outside" is more of a winter song.
Well, that's
it's a weather song.
Baby,
really.
It's cold out song. Baby, it's
But
cold
that gets-
outside.
that's so overplayed, though. The whole like negativity about that song, like that's getting cliche. There are other songs that you could be like, wait, what? Huh?
I mean, it's not full Revenge of the Nerds.
You don't
I
think
won't
he
say that.
sees you when you're sleeping? He knows when you're awake is a little creepy.
Yeah, he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
As a kid, aren't you like, wait, what?
Who is this creep? And why is he worried about what I'm doing? Don't watch me. Watch TV, Santa. All right, let's talk to the people. Although tomorrow, I want to do more of this tomorrow. Alan, I need you on my side because
You already know where I'm about on.
because you and I are on the same page. I'm going to say this right now, and he would be defensive if we said it to him. But
What?
Don, as fun as Don is, and he is really fun, and he is down for fun, for sure. He does have some default tendencies.
Must talk sports.
It is in there. Even though he's like so down for fun, and when we go to fun, he's going to live in fun, and he's not going to pull you away from it. You ever notice like the leftover? There's like a leftover thing of 20 years from K where like we come in and we'll be like, oh, well, football this, football that. And he's like, naturally, he's just like,
No.
what about the baseball? And I'm like, no. There's no baseball today, buddy.
No.
There's no baseball.
I will say, because we have our picks, it is a football Friday. So
Of course
there's a
it
little
is.
bit of that.
Has to be.
If there is some kind of heavy level of news that happens,
Sure.
Bellinger signed with the Mets. Or
Well, there's a
some
chance that the Moore story gets that something big happens tomorrow,
Yeah.
and we end up jumping in with that. Who knows?
Anything that's of that level. But I do believe that tomorrow's more a celebration of the show and the people that have supported the show.
I love what you're saying.
And the idea of entertaining, because we're at a party. What I think tomorrow's show is about is welcoming all our friends in and those who can't make it, listening in or watching, and just sharing some holiday cheer and some laughs. And occasionally, because at a party, people will come find you and you're a sports guy, so they want to talk sports with you, and that's fine.
Sure.
That's great.
And matter of fact, you know what I would like to be? If we're going to get to the sports topics, I wouldn't mind it coming from people who are there, have a question, and they get on the mic and ask the question, and that sends us into the sports.
So that's something I always believe in. When Rick and I used to do, we did a lot of remotes, Rick and I, back in the day. And one of the things we really liked to do, because it's always the face with a name, is we had an extra mic and come up and ask questions rather than take a phone call. Because you cared enough to show up for us.
That's right.
Why would I take a call from someone that maybe some can't make it?
Sure.
But you did, and you want to ask me questions during the break. No, get your voice on the air, look at me, ask the question on the air, and have your question answered on the air. That's the respect we can give back to you, along with everything else that will come with tomorrow. I love that.
I think we've set the scene perfectly.
I like it. Yep.
Let's say hello to Griffin in Connecticut. Hey, Griffster.
Hey guys, remember Don? I don't know how Don can talk sports tomorrow. All what he is a hockey guy, so they just keep him around at ESPN because they feel like it. I had 2 football points. My first point is we're in week 15, and the crazy part is there's a possibility that at the end of this weekend, the Chiefs can be eliminated from playoff contention.
Oh, yeah.
And that's crazy to think. We thought they wouldn't, there was a part where there was a time where we thought they might miss the playoffs, but we didn't think they would be eliminated this early on. That's how crazy of a year it's been for them. It just has not been their year, and it's really crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree, Griffin. And the thing is, it's a couple of plays, it's a couple of drops, just a couple of moments that would have changed this Chiefs season. But instead, now we're sitting here wondering, and they host the Chargers 1 o'clock on Sunday. Is that it? And
can they survive?
And even if they win it,
another week.
I'll be honest, Griff. Even if they win it to get to 7-7, this thing ain't looking good. I think it's over.
Yeah, it's not. I think it is too.
Still fascinating.
It is. It really is.
Yep.
On the other hand, in the NFC, I think if the Packers are the 1 seed, I think they're going to Super Bowl. If the Rams are the 1 seed, I think they're going to the Super Bowl. I think whoever gets the 1 seed between the Rams and Packers, I think they're going to the Super Bowl because who wants to go to Lambeau Field in January to play in that cold weather?
Yeah. It's a good take.
I agree with you. The only thing I'd push back on is I think that I said this yesterday. I think home field really helps the Rams, but let's not act like Green Bay can't go into LA and win. They can. They definitely can. Jordan Love's quietly become one of the dudes. They're in a great space right now.
Well, it's
I
Toyota.
talk to people with other teams who
Oh,
deal
no,
with
Buster,
them,
I don't want to talk to you.
And they
All due respect. Love you, Buster.
Settle down, Buster.
It's Toyotathon, Peter.
Has it really started?
Yes.
We're in Toyotathon?
And you know what happens when Jordan Love's on Toyotathon.
It's the opposite of Kyler
Murray
Murray
with COD.
and
correct.
it's in Call of Duty.
That's right.
When Toyotathon begins, Alan, Jordan Love goes the bleep off.
I didn't know this.
Oh, it's a thing.
This is a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Please explain.
It's been a thing
When
every year.
Toyotathon
Don't ask how they started figuring it out.
But it's December. It's basically December.
So
December to remember?
Yeah, so when someone, I guess what it is that it's mostly December, and then it's someone sort of played into the fact that it's Toyotathon. And
Does he have a deal yet with them?
I think he had a shirt on with McAfee this week.
Of course
he's 11-5 during Toyotathon overall. So, in other words, in December. We close out with your phone calls as we get you ready for your mother's house tomorrow, our holiday party. If you're on Long Island, come out and hang. But we close out with your calls next right here on DHR.
At Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, we're celebrating this holiday season with our $155,000 Slay the Road drawing, including your chance to win a new Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash. Earn entries all month long, then be here on January 1st between 12 and 3 p.m. when one winner will be drawn every hour to win up to $20,000 cash. At 4 p.m., one lucky winner will win a Land Rover Defender and $10,000 cash at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. Now, they converted my kids' bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just one day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bathfitter.
Fellas, it's the season to shine, and not just from the holiday lights. Manscaped is here to keep you looking sharp for every holiday party, family photo, and mistletoe moment. The Lawnmower 5, groin and body trimmer, and the Chairman Plus face shaver deliver precision, comfort, and control worthy of Santa's nice list. I've been good and nice. Whether you're tidying up before a big night out or preparing for New Year's Eve, Manscaped has your back. And your face too, to be exact. So gift yourself with some grooming greatness this season, because looking good is the best gift of all. And now you can find Manscaped products at your local Walmart.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, this song. A great album with a bad song on it takes away from the album. All right, it's Han Solo with you guys. Somehow they left the sick guy by himself. Who knows? I got so much medicine in me right now, you don't know what I'm going to say or do. But there's a lot of calls, so how about I let you guys take the wheel for the rest of the way in the last call crew, 800-919-3776. Brian in Morristown wanted to yell at Don, but Brian, Don's not here. So if you want to yell and we'll just play it for him, I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, he just has such a horrible take on the Mets and Alonso. You can't really wait to see what the Mets do to decide how to evaluate what Stearns is doing, because you have a guy who should have been a lifelong Met, and it's gone now. It's screwed up forever. And so it doesn't matter if they bring in Kyle Tucker. If they win the World Series next year, you can't convince me that they couldn't have won the World Series with Pete next year. It's just a ridiculous idea that you need to wait to see what everything else is going to look like.
Brian, that's literally how it works. And you can't say that they would have won the World Series with Pete Alonso if you sign Cody Bellinger and play him at first base and Kyle Tucker is in the outfield and you're just a way better team defensively and you still have the offense that you need to win and maybe you get pitching. So I'll let Don answer it tomorrow because I wanted to give you the chance to say what you said. But I don't know if any of that made sense to me. You got to see if you got better. That's what you got to see. That's the whole idea of waiting. Just because he should have been a forever Met emotionally, this is show business. Peter's back already?
Yeah, I'm back.
Look at you.
I'm here. Had to handle one thing, but here I am.
That was a quick little thing. Talk about business.
You talk about business.
Did you not hear that call? Because it really, he waited a long time to not really make a great point. But he was upset and emotional. I want to let him have it.
No, good. People deserve that moment.
We recorded Peter's call if you wanted, Alan.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is how it started.
Hello.
Yep.
And Peter announced himself.
Who's this?
Yep.
And then the guy said,
"Hi, who am I speaking to?"
And that was it.
No, and I ended it with,
"For your ace."
Well, that went well. I'm glad. Let's take I always want to go with who's waiting the longest. How about we take Richie and Huntington? Richie.
Wow, you kind of put me on the spot. I don't know how to follow up with that one.
What'd you think of? You know what,
anyway.
Richie? I'm thinking you're a Mets fan. Just within 10 seconds, What did you think of that previous caller's take about how, we don't need to wait, and that even if they won the World Series, that you still have to be mad about losing Pete Alonso?
Oh, on the contrary, Alan, I'm going to start right now. I've been a Yankee fan since '96. I was a wee lad.
Well, it says Mets situation in your call box there.
So hear me out real quick. This kind of reminds me of Juan Soto 2.0. Juan Soto stays with me between season, got to the World Series, lost in 5 games. Okay, great. You go to the Mets. $765 million versus $760 million. There is an angry mob going after Brian Cashman. We use basically that money to load our entire pitching rotation. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. You didn't make it to the World Series, but you became competitive. Now, in the case of the Mets, while I do have a lot of empathy for what they've been going through, because I personally thought Pete Alonso was going to be a forever Met myself, because quite frankly, I'm a fan of the guy, even though I'm a Yankee fan. Now, I kind of want to talk about the landscape between the AL East and the NL East. Right now, the Mets are kind of in trouble. Yankees really haven't made a move yet, despite what's been going on in the winter meetings, unless you can correct me and let me know what's going on, because I haven't heard anything yet. On the West Coast, Clayton Kershaw retired. That's still an extra roster spot for the Dodgers to literally load another piece of their rotation in, despite of what they have already. Hahn, this is like beating a dead drum, and I know you heard it over and over and over again. The evil empire got dethroned. It's all the way on the West Coast right now.
You're not wrong.
What do you think that should happen before April? You know what I mean? Is Cashman still going to wait for draft picks? Are we still going to sign another pitcher during the offseason? We need some.
Yeah, Richie, I got to be honest with you. And thanks for the call. I have less confidence in the Yankee plan, because I think the Yankee plan, Peter, is get healthy.
Yeah. Well, and they haven't done that very well for 10 years.
I think that's their plan. I don't really think that they are looking to be aggressive with any more moves. I think if they can find somebody at a good price, they'll do it. But I think their plan is our pitching has to get healthy, and we should be a good team. I really think that's basically it. Running low on time here. Let's go to Andrew in Long Beach. Andrew.
Oh, there he is. We love Andrew in Long Beach. Hey, Andrew.
How's it going, guys? Thanks,
Andrew.
You
coming out tomorrow? We'll make Garden City.
I'm in grad school. I have my teaching observation hours. I'm going to try and shoot over afterwards.
Okay, we got you.
Yeah.
All right, we got like 30 seconds, so let's get to it.
Sure. Love Josh Hart's three-point shooting this year so far. I think it's created a great lift for the Knicks offense, and just really think the Knicks are clicking on both ends right now. It's a lot of fun to watch. Let's go get a win on Saturday.
Yeah, and there's a Knicks fan, by the way. Thank you, Andrew. Peter, that wants to win.
I respect, and by the way, and I understand both sides. I tend to, especially if you're playing the best team in basketball, you want to win. Alan, I want you to feel better, and we're going to run this back tomorrow at 3 o'clock from your mother's house. You down?
I'm down. I'll be there.
All right. We will see you guys tomorrow for the big holiday show at 3 p.m. at your mother's house. Have a great night, everyone.
Discover a driving experience crafted to inspire. At